And hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of PCL. I am your host, going to be your play-by-play for today, Wookie. And beside me, finally, forever ago, it's Primus and I casting. How you doing, Primus?
Woo! Doing good. Just got a promotion at work today, so I'm feeling
Wow,
hyped.
congrats. Nice. We're ready to cast this amazing game of Eggplant versus Snipa gang today. They are already in lobby, so we're just waiting on them to get started with draft. But how are you feeling about this game? You think it's going to be a spicy one?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe both of these teams 2-0'd last week, so um, both coming out, hot and ready. So we'll see who's gonna take some losses today. Because sad to say, the way this works is some teams have to lose. Hate to see it. We can't all be winners.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
uh, I just based on I'd say just the league right now, I don't think this is going to be a 2-0. I hope to see a 3-game series. Um, Knowing me, I always predict wrong, so probably going to be wrong about that. But they're both in the top of the standings. These are both top 3 teams. This is going to be a banger. This is going to be, definitely the game of the week for Division 2 in the PCL. Um, I'm ready for a banger. Let's
Yeah,
go.
me too. Like you said, they're top of the draft. It's so close to the end here, and I mean, if these teams 2-0 each other, one of them will 2-0 or 2-1. That's gonna put them even closer to the top four. And I mean, I think Eggplant, being a little lesser on the standings, they might be overtaken by some of the other teams that are going off. So maybe this is a turning point for either team because Sniper Gang being at the top, they still have room to breathe at least. But we should be started with the draft in a minute here. Just gotta get them all set up because they don't know how to use Discord, but that's okay.
That's
Uh,
okay. Discord,
yeah,
Discord hard. Technology not fun.
technology. I love technology. But anyways, yeah, I think we're looking at the past games. Eggplant has been doing pretty well, Sniper Gang as well. But what player on both of these teams? I mean, we should probably go over the teams before we get started here. Anyways, we do have a little bit of a change up on Sniper Gang's side. They did bring in an E-sub and they switched rules. So this is the lineup in order. It's gonna be Wepsumc. I think it's Wepsum. I'm gonna call him Weep. I think it's Weep, something like that. And then it's gonna be Rip Perp in the jungle. So that is the change that we're doing. And then CK Flow as usual in the mid lane. Dior support and Hayun Supremacy is gonna be in the support role. Let me just go ahead and send this person over. Okay. And then we have on the side of Eggplant, we have Ninetales Bonobo in the top lane, Yoda in jungle, Laser Sniped in mid lane, and Viator in the ADC, and Mustard Cat in support. So we're going to get started with the draft. Let me switch that over because they already started. So, looking at the meta, looking at the changes, we're in 12.5, so it's
Right.
it's kind of a little bit different. I mean, Yi got buffed, and then I think there was like a mini patch today or something. I was like, we're nerfing him. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's just really funny. I mean, they keep changing everything. I mean, he's been in and out of the meta, since League started, so that's not surprising that he's randomly really good. Sometimes, just because I mean, his kit really never changes, obviously. So it's really when there's just slight item changes could make or break Yi, because I mean, pretty much everything about him just depends on the item build that he's using. Like
That's true.
back in the day, APE was a thing. Miss those days, but I mean, Yumi also, Yumi Senna also really good in this patch. Maybe not together, but like in the bot lane, those have been really strong. Farming Senna.
Yeah,
I
even
know
Senna
Dior
TK.
plays it. Yeah, Senna TK. Dior plays Senna, so that we could possibly see that come out. Flow, very. There's the Riven. I was gonna say Flo played the Riven, and I think he was like 12-3 and 16 or something on that. Absolutely disgusting. So they're not going to let that go through. I don't know if he plays the Jace mid, but Jace obviously really strong right now. We saw Summit destroy with it. You know, during LCS, I'm a big proponent for Jace. He's one of my favorite top laners to play. But yeah, Hecarim also really strong jungler right now. Snipa obviously losing 2 bans, just deciding to ban out the Sejuani. But if they don't pick up the jungler in the first round, I think Hecarim is another good jungle ban if you're not going to play it. But first round we typically see bot lane and jungle picked, unless there's just something that they let through that they want to grab. Which I mean, Eggplant, only losing 1 ban, they're gonna have a lot more priority in their picks in this first round. So this first pick's gonna be very important.
For Viator, it's gonna be the classic Zeri. Yeah, we've seen it before in previous games. He popped off at least once or twice, and the response is gonna be Jinx, another strong ADC in the meta, as well as Lulu, gonna be backing up that Jinx for the late game. So, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna want Jinx or Jhin to answer this Zeri, because you just need something to scale late and do pretty well in lane. Just because Zeri is really strong right now. So like if you lose lane, you can at least carry the mid to late game. Lulu obviously really good with the Jinx Lulu, a very common combination. Love to see it. The Nunu coming out for Eggplant, so not gonna pick the Hecarim or any aggressive jungler. Just gonna go with the Nunu, safe pick. And Woolump, sorry, I can't forget Woolump. My bad.
Nunu and Woolump, correct.
Yeah. But we'll see if the support gets picked. Since we've already seen the Lulu.
Oh, okay.
The Corki, which we haven't seen a lot of since I believe he got nerfed a little bit. I believe patch before last, but still a strong pick. I mean, those rockets are so annoying to deal with, and especially when we get later to the game and he's fully built his items. But ooh, I do like the Jarvan pick.
I did kind of like it. Xin Zhao did get nerfed, so I'm not really sure how he really slots into the meta right now. Like, apparently he's pretty good, but I mean, and the nerfs didn't really affect him that much, it seems. So, looking forward to that. They are gonna ban out the Yuumi. Gotta respect to the Zeri Yuumi. Mustard Cat.
Yeah, and Mustard plays a lot of Yuumi.
Yep.
And Zeri Yuumi's gross.
It's true.
Yeah. I was actually expecting the Yuumi to be picked instead of the Corki, but she, Mustard Cat still has a lot of picks in her disposal. We could see the Zeri Seraphine as well. Maybe a Thresh. What I would be expecting.
Nami. There's a lot of options available. But it looks like Eggplant will ban out the Yone. Trying to shut down CK Flow as much as possible here, it seems.
Yeah, he is their captain and their carry, so I understand their decision making and draft. That makes sense. Especially since the only 2 picks left up are the top and mid, and I'd say it's okay. So Nar ban out for Snipa Gang, but top lane's becoming more, I guess, like more of a carry role. This season so far.
Yeah.
We're seeing, like they just banned the Jace in the set. We're seeing Aurelia cannons. Like we're seeing some more, I guess, like carry, less weak side top laners lately. But
both the
brothers banned out. Yeah.
Love to see it. I love that. I love that for them.
I mean, I get it. They're awful to deal with. Just really hate did the stream pause? Okay. Really hate them both. I don't play mid lane for that reason. Throw in Zed, and I'm just not having a good time either. I stick to top. I stick to the other 2 lanes for a reason, because
it's true.
The 0-10 power spike is real.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the mid lane play out here, because it's Corki versus Ryze, and these are both very late game scalers that kind of, when you get to a certain point, you do so much damage, and it's unreal. And I mean, CK Flow and Laser Snipe both, pretty good mid laners. Corki, I think he played it in like week 1, and they 2-0'd or something like that in the beginning of the season. So I'm looking forward to see that same kind of Corki play. Although he did get nerfed since then, might be a little bit
Right.
different. But Corki still does a lot of damage in the meta right now. So looking a lot of poke coming out from Eggplant right now, and a little bit of engage, especially with the Nunu and the Dr. Mundo just picked up, as well as some disengage from Janna. So they kind of have, not a set team composition here. It kind of just feels like a little bit of everything, which I kind of like.
Yeah, a little bit probably comfort picks. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah,
Just
definitely
feeling it
comfort
out.
picks. Right. I mean, because they haven't faced Snipa Gang this season, so this is kind of, limit testing, but at the same time, picking comfort over everything else. And that is going to be the Irelia locked in, zooming for the top lane. So, yep, the
These are
predictions
flex
are
picks.
live.
That could go either way.
That's true.
Could be a Aurelia mid and Rise top. Rise historically has been a top laner. I'd say the past like year to 2 to 3 years he's been more of a mid laner, but historically Rise has always been a top laner, so that's definitely not out of the question. But now that predictions are up, what are you feeling for this first one?
Ooh, man. I mean, I want to give it to Eggplant because they're all on pretty much comfort picks. But at the same time, I mean, Snipa Gang just has a lot of OP picks. You know what I mean? Like, the Jinx and Lulu combo is strong. Xin Zhao still strong. Irelia, I think last picking the Irelia here is interesting because they picked Dr. Mundo, and that top lane matchup for Dr. Mundo is pretty much in his favor. I mean, Irelia wants to hit the stun, but if their top laner can't hit the stun because of his passive, then, you're not going to get that proc. So
Yep.
it's kind of I think it's a skill matchup all around. I mean, we have seen Snipa Gang perform. I think they 2-0'd last time they were on stream. So, I mean, but without the Riven, it's a little bit of a different matchup for them, right? So I think I'm going to give it to Eggplant for the first one. I'm not going to put a lot of points on them. I got to give them a little bit of shame, but, being not so biased as I try to be, but I'll put a little bit of points on them. Sure, we'll give it to them. They're feeling pretty good. I hope.
Yeah, I think Snipa has the better engage, and there's not a lot of disengage for Eggplant besides the Janna. Corki obviously can Valkyrie away, but that's about his only escape. Zeri is mobile with her jump, but I'm pretty sure it's on like a 20 to 25-second cooldown early in the game, so she can't really use it that often to escape a Xin Zhao and Aurelia. And if Rise gets the perfect ult, then things can get real spicy real quick. I like Snipa's team fight just in general. I think it's more, I guess, cohesive. I think it's going to be really fun to watch this in Zhao Aurelia, and especially since CK likes to get fed, he likes to carry the game, and he's on a terrifying champion, which it is really a mid Rise top.
It is.
I liked how they flexed the Rise. They picked him first thinking, they was gonna be mid, and then last pick the Aurelia, and the bait and switch.
And it's funny because I think we saw this exact matchup, Corki versus Irelia. I think it was yesterday or the day before on stream, and the Irelia player was the one to kind of try to carry the game. They didn't really exactly get it, but they had a really dominating presence against the Corki. So I'm wondering if it's going to be the same type of matchup. I mean, I think it's Corki favored because obviously the range, you can get a wave from the stun with your Valkyrie. So kind of looking forward to that matchup the most. I do have faith in Viator because, I mean, Zeri is a very, very, very oppressive champion, like you said earlier. So kind of want I think Viator will want to try to punish the Jinx as early as possible. But it's going to be kind of hard with the Lulu, so I'm also kind of interested in how that one is going to pan out. So what are your thoughts? Do you think you said you're going to go with Snipa Gang on the comp there, or
Yeah, I like their comp.
Okay.
It's a very team fight heavy comp, and it's not like they don't outscale, because I mean they have Jinx, Rise, and Aurelia, some of the most like hyper carry like late game champions in my opinion. I think it's really going to come down to, you know, with these two teams, top of the standings. They both have, I would say, like I'd say like standout players. You know, Viator is typically, you know, hard, you know, the big carry for Eggplant, and CK Flow, you know, the big carry for Snipa Gang. I think it's really going to come down to who can carry more, because they have the tools to excel. You know, they're on the right champions. They both have really good comps. You know, I don't think really either team kind of won draft. I think it's really come down to comfort and laning phase, and then those mid to late game decisions. You know, like, are you gonna, you know, I think that a lot of the PCL, you know, what needs to happen more is, you know, when you get those kills and you win those team fights, is can you get objectives afterwards? And I think that's what a lot of teams have slowly been improving on throughout the league, and I think that's really what's going to come down to it, is who can win the objective game, and then, you know, bring that into late game and
basically,
you know,
who's more
capitalize on their
comfortable.
leads. Right.
Basically, who's
Exactly.
more comfortable, who can win lane and kind of transition that to the later stages of the game.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. And I mean, you know, like I said, I don't think either of these teams won the draft. It's really down to skill expression and execution, right? We kind of saw that yesterday, yesterday's matches, where it was really down to skill expression with the champions picked. And I definitely think that, you know, Irelia fits that category, Zinzao fits that category, even Zeri and Corky kind of fit that category as well. So looking forward to that. But before we get into game one, we're going to take a short break. When we're back, we'll have an exciting game on our hands. Don't go anywhere. And we're out. And welcome back, everyone, to Division 2 of PCL. We got Eggplant versus Snipa Gang in this first matchup. Not too much shenanigans starting out here. Pretty standard starts. What do you think of the early game here? I mean, I know we talked about a little bit of what's expected to happen, but do you think there's any lane that will try to, get the first blood, anything like that?
I think first blood's definitely gonna come from bot.
Okay.
I mean, they have very similar
Minions
I'd say
have
champions. And you've got 2 enchanters, you've got 2 scaling 80 carries, kind of a pretty big level 2, especially coming from the Zeri. You start out obviously with your auto attack, the and then
Right.
you get the dash, which can especially with Lulu being so squishy, I think Viator's probably gonna try and go for whoever gets the early level 2. Mustard going with the exhaust might be a factor. Lulu having ignite instead, so they might be looking to prevent something, which I really like the exhaust, especially when you're dealing with something like the Xin Zhao.
Right. Look at what they're doing right now. Look at that bottom side of the map. I mean, and I mean mid lane too, but look right now. There it is. Okay, Hayoon is getting a... Oh my god, the tornado knocks up both of them. And not much damage coming out from Viator right now, but that was a good knock-up. It's just they got out-traded already.
Yeah, I don't like Zeri's first few levels. She doesn't really have any damage abilities, she just has the gat, and it doesn't do that much damage early game. Rip Perp coming in just for some added shenanigans, trying to make sure that Viator doesn't try anything.
Yeah.
But they are gonna hit level 2
huge.
first. See if they do anything with that. Wave's in a decent spot, but
I mean, the
Sniping
flash
bot lane
from
is gonna
Lulu was
back up.
brilliant. Yeah, and that's a big summoner spell, I guess. Laser Snipe getting a little bit too far forward here. CK Flow is going to take advantage of that. The exhaust goes through. This might be a first blood, but the flash from Laser Snipe will get him out of there. And more action on the bottom lane again. Yoda is there. Ninetales is beating up the Rise here. Weep is almost low. Gets the flash off. The first blood goes over to Ninetales. Nicely done there. To pick himself up a nice lead over the Rise that is going to, well, be kind of beat up by those briefcases.
Every lane is trying to get first blood. It's kind of a race to see who would get it.
Exactly.
Just pretty standard for teamgap is I'm just gonna run at you, run at your face until you die.
Oh man, Ninetales, you don't have flash, buddy. You're gonna get poked down, and yep, a trade kill goes over to Weep. The teleport did get him back there, and nice gank by Rip Perp right there.
Yeah, he had the ward, but it didn't do much. Which, I mean, when you play top lane and you're on blue side, you need to be a lot more careful of that level 3 top side gank, because he finishes red, finishes blue, and then around level 3, around this 4-minute mark, he's gonna be in that top side. You just first blooded. Just chill with your lead and don't force anything.
Oh, like we see here, looks like Mustard Cat is gonna flash engage. Dior flashes away, but can he get away? There's a lot of damage come out. The root does come through, and Viator picks up that kill. Hayoon is on the run. No flash available on the Lulu. She might. Hayoon, you're in a dangerous spot there, buddy. Viator is gonna find, and the polymorph does go through, but I'm sorry, Hayoon. It's you're kind of dead.
Just a little bit, and that's 2 kills going to this area. Not something you want to see for Eggplant, or if you're Snipa Gang, excuse me. And the other side of that coin, yes, Xin Zhao's going to be on that top side of the map, based on his jungle clear. He started blue, but Nunu also started blue, so he's going to be around the bottom side of the map, around that level 3, level 4 mark. A little bit later because he did get the scuttle, but he got the scuttle coming down and forcing the flash and getting the kill on Jinx. So every single summer spell was burned by Snipa Gang. Viator still has both of his summoners. Mr. Cat obviously, used the exhaust, but Viator still has both sums, and he has 2 kills and 150 gold shutdown. I'm assuming he's gonna have enough. He's gonna have that 1,300 gold for, you know, getting that first big component. But Snipa Gang's feeling good. They don't have the bot. Or I guess they don't. They have a little bit of bot pride. I mean, it'd be too long for Machine, but.
Yeah, they're trying to get this dragon started up, but I don't think they have the mana advantage right now, as the CK Flow is going to be knocked upward, and CK Flow will take out Mustard Cat, though. Rip Perp gets away with his life. Vader's in the middle of things, and so is Laser. The Ignite comes in, and CK Flow picks up another kill for the side of Snipa Gang, and they are actually... They collapsed, and that was it for Eggplant. Unfortunate. They just gave away so many kills right there.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the game, you know, we were looking at what carry would do what. You know, Vader getting that early, you know, it's 2 kills thanks to Yoda, you know, that really good new gank. But now we have a 2-0-1 CK Flow, who also got the Zeri shutdown. So that's an extra 150 gold in his pocket.
Yeah, it just seemed like they weren't very coordinated there, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, it was just a very hectic fight, and you know, Dragon early is going to do a lot of damage, so it was kind of just hitting everyone. But just I think Vader just got a little caught out towards the. I don't even know if he really got caught out. I think it was just a massive like mush in the drag pit, and there wasn't really any
positioning was kind of off.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, the positioning was definitely off.
Positioning. I think it was just running around the pit and hoping for the best.
Yeah, Laser was in the middle of it. Vader was in the middle of it. There was just no room to space yourself, and I think that's what got them caught up in that. But Vader being
Snipa Gang's comp.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got these melee, like, I want to hop on you comps, like, they're just gonna hit whatever's in front of them, and if what's in front of them is the 2 carries, like, they're gonna make you wish you weren't there.
Correct. And we see a lot of punishment going down from Vader. Those 2 kills are feeling good in his pocket, so he's definitely taking advantage. I think that kind of brings us back to what you were talking about earlier, where they need to transition these leads into objectives, and they are getting some tower plating, but it's at the risk. Here comes Rip Perp. Once again, he's going to spot 2 pink wards. Not just 1, but 2 pink wards in there. As CK Flow looking to find a little bit of damage on Laser, who, I mean, is got a lot of CS differential right now. I mean, oh, CK Flow is going to engage and is going to just pop Laser Snipe just like that, and there's not much to say about that. Irelia doing a number on Laser Snipe. CK Flow enacting what we were trying to get from him, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he had a tier and a longsword, and, you know, CK Flow has a Vamp Scepter, pickaxe, and the dagger, along with boots. So he can just kind of run at you and has no fear, because Corki doesn't have any damage to do anything. Like, even under tower, like, CK Flow doesn't care. He's 2 levels up, had the flash, so he's going to use it. And I think that was really good by him. Perfect E to send the Corki, you know, even under tower, he just doesn't care. Just does what he wants. And I think that's going to be probably how it's going to go the rest of this game, because that's probably what Sniper Game is going to do. They have really aggressive champions. You know, they've got several avenues to engage. Not like hard CC wise. They don't really have a lot of like super hard CC. You know, they have some slows and, you know, short range rise cages, but outside of that, they don't have like, you know, like a big Leona ultimate or something like that to start a fight, but they can just kind of run at you, especially, you know, when they're ahead and, you know, they're up 2,000 gold. They have a lot more room to kind of just run at you, because I mean, that's literally how these champions are gonna play out.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I mean, you know, the one thing that kind of counters that, right, is it's just gonna be stopping them with CC, which Eggplant doesn't really have a lot of either. I mean, they have the Janna
ult, that's literally it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, Yoda does have the knock-up with the snowball, but that doesn't really do much, and Mundo has, obviously, just a slow, so it's going to be really hard to get this Irelia out of your face, or at least CC'd enough, so that, you know, one of your carries on Eggplant can take CK Flow out. So it's gonna be interesting to see, and that's why I kind of said that, you know, neither of these teams kind of won draft. It's really up to skill expression how Laser can get away from the stun, but he can't, and the exhaust is gonna come through on CK Flow. Is that enough though? Nope. CK Flow is just gonna dash out of there, assisted by Rip Perp, and I mean Rip Perp did pick up the Rift Herald, first Rift Herald of the game. Looks like they are gonna pop it mid. Yoda is there to try and maybe stop it. They aren't gonna pop it yet, actually. I guess they're just waiting to get the full value out of it by getting as much plates beforehand as possible. Yep, there it is. Gonna pop.
Great decision.
And they are on the tower. Wait a minute. You're staying a little bit too long, bud. And that's gonna be all right. He's gonna pick up that gold as well as CK Flow. This is really rough for Laser Sniper right now, but the package comes through. Laser Sniper in the middle of things once again. Rip Perp is gonna fall. CK Flow is gonna knock. Oh my gosh. CK Flow almost had the 1v3 outplay, but Weep is there. Weep's gonna clean it up just in time, but that, at least that shutdown did go through. Fortunately for Eggplant. Yeah.
Not the worst thing, but that's really not where you want all this gold to go to. I mean, 3-2 Mundo, you know, I guess you're gonna have a, you know, more frontline, you know, get as many items on Mundo as you can, so you can just tank all this damage. But overall, I'd much rather that gone to the Corki, which it did not.
Viator's looking for a fight here. Ignite popped on Viator. The Jaina ult does come through, but is that enough? Viator's dashing away, flashing away. Yoda is there as well to back them up. They're kind of just running away at this point. Dior has no mana left over. Viator walking a dangerous line, buddy, especially with his Zinzao right there. Hayun does have the much appreciated support, and they're just gonna take Dragon. That was nice of Rip Perp to come down there just to secure maybe a kill and then go for drag, right? I mean, we were talking about objectives earlier.
They're waiting around. There's some shenanigans going on in this tri bush. They just wanted to say hi.
I mean, they just wanted to say hi. Yeah, Dior didn't have much health and mana. I don't think that was probably advisable. They're making sure that Rip Perp can at least take that dragon safely. But yeah, that was an interesting fight that occurred right there. And I think, you know, the dragon stacking is starting to show. Even though it is a Cloud Soul, it is pretty useful. Pretty useful.
Yeah, I mean, when you got two, you know, an enchanter on each side, the AD carries basically just kind of tire each other out, see how many abilities, you know, how many autos and abilities he can get off before the other side.
Ninetales is on the opposite side of the map now. He did.
Mundo does burn the ult.
He does burn the ultimate. Can he get away? He dodges the stun clean. And right into Yoda, CK Flow does go. They're gonna start up a fight here. It is currently in the favor of Eggplant. Oh no, the Jinx Rock is gonna take out both of them at the same time. Sniper Gang actually just sniped the hell out of Eggplant and Laser. You're the last one to go. Rip Perp is gonna follow it up with a nice W to finish the deal. That was a 1 for 3. And I thought that Eggplant had that fight, but the Jinx Rocket just did so much damage from across the map.
Yeah, CK Flow maybe regretted that a little bit. He hopped over on the plant and then, you know, right into Yoda on the Nunu. Like, not ideal. Did a lot of damage before he died, you know, which opened it up for that Jinx Rocket, which Dior kind of just shot it and then, you know, still went back into lane. So picking up 2 kills there and, you know, getting all the farm from bot lane, you know, pretty, you know, he's still even CS with Viator, which I think is hilarious. You know, so I'll just throw this rock real quick and then just go back to lane. You guys have fun.
True, very true. And I mean, it did reward him greatly, as this game is kind of, it's a little bit more, getting more and more in the favor of Sniper Gang as the game goes on. But do they have what it takes? Yeah, I mean, 5k gold lead already. Do they have what it takes to kind of finish it out as we talk about transitioning? And mid lane, the turret was the first one to fall for the side of Sniper Gang as well. Rise was just there to just auto attack it to death. Small damage, but big numbers here as Direct-to-Cam wants us to focus on bot lane. I know that you were saying this, and here comes Rip Purple and CK Flow. I mean, can Viator get away? Mustard Cat needs to pop the ultimate. There it is. CK Flow does pop his own. Teleport is coming through. Ninetales. And no deaths will come of that. Tails, being the tanky boy that he is gonna have to try to stay in the front line for these two squishy champions right now, as Turret is just getting sieged with 4 people here. Rise is up alone on the top side of the map.
Just having fun, you know, the top kingdom at the moment, just doing whatever he wants. Gonna get this tower, you know, to at least half health. Yoda is looking at that rift. You know, everyone's on the bot side, so especially, you know, Nunu, he can't just get this by himself. Gonna get the second rift of this game, I'm assuming. And there it is. And CK Flow, still gonna try. I mean, that's a very tanky Mundo, and he does not care.
Blade of the Ruin King is doing wonders, though. Even with the Bramble Vest, I mean, so much damage.
Yeah, imagine what that would be on Zeri. Oof.
Yeah.
CK Flow has 2 levels on Vader as well. You know, actually, no, I guess Ninetales now is level 11, but both solo laners for Snipa game are level 11, highest level in the game at the moment. Laser, I think is really he really needs to come back from this game for them to win. 0-5, hasn't even completed his first item. Just struggling in this matchup. Obviously going back into lane against a 2-0-1 Aurelia was not the most fun. I don't blame him on that, but
yeah,
it just snowballed for CK Flow's favor.
Right. And I mean, I think that's what the objective for Eggplant was to do, is just to not hand over kills to especially CK Flow, who has just been taking that lead and making it more and more and more and transitioning into objectives. You know.
It's a cannon though. That's okay.
You do it
sometimes,
right?
We're not all
I do it all the time. Ninetales is getting a chunk of damage. Does have to pop the ultimate. Ignite is blown on him though. No way! Oh, Dior almost died. The Lulu ult did
the growth
do
help.
The fair share. The wild growth is gonna come through. Yoda is here. I don't know if there's much you can do. Jinx is doing a lot of damage. Yoda.
They have to bring the flash. I don't know what he wanted there.
I don't know what he wanted there either, going up against a pretty nasty Jinx right now, and the likes of Lulu. Probably
I guess
not
he
what
kind of
wanted
thought
to do.
he'd have to try and do something, because if he didn't, then you know they're gonna take Dragon, which you know looks like Rip Perp and Dior are gonna be already running towards that. Leaving Dior in the bot lane to get that solo tower gold, and you know getting the drag. They're gonna be on soul point after this. Obviously, Eggplant cannot contest this. Nobody's even close to the Dragon Pit. Top lane is mostly gone. Mid lane, it's already. Every lane is pushing for the side of Snipa, so there's literally no way they're gonna lose this dragon. They have lane control. Weep doesn't care about anyone. He's just gonna 2v1.
Weep is gonna run into Yoda here. I don't know if this is the right move again, Yoda.
To be fair, they just had taken Dragon, and they had a bunch of money in their pocket, so it's very obvious that no one else was going to be in the top side. But Zeri and Jaina were on the other side of the wall, so I don't know what he was going to try and do with that. You know, it's literally just an Iron Solari, steel caps for the Nunu. Don't think you're going to be able to kill a 2-item Rise. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, probably not. And as we see that Snipa Gang's bot lane is now transitioning to the mid lane. You know, I don't know if they want to let... They're kind of letting this top tower go at the moment. I mean, Rift Herald was picked up from the side of Eggplant now. This is going to pop this nice... Not even fat bounty gold, but I mean, it's something, right?
350. It's that tree fitty, you know. Loch Ness Monster would be very happy with that.
Yeah.
But
it's something.
We do have Dior and Human running up.
Okay, wait a minute. The flash from Weep comes through. Vader is out of there, leaving Mustard Cat alone. Oh no, not the support. Oh, the flash. I don't think it was worth it there, Mustard, to flash, but you know.
No.
Just the panic flash. It's alright.
Hey, Vader with the hardcore parkour able to get out. Yeah, that's at least something. Yep. You know, only died once this game, so he's trying. CK Flow just...
Yeah, CK Flow taking a lot of damage already. This fight is abrupt, and Rip Perp is in the middle of the Nunu ult. Does flash out, but I think he's done for. He does not have any more resources to kind of get himself out of there.
Longer than I thought he would.
Yeah, he did with the Gore Drinker. It is going to amount to a lot here. Is this going to stall for this top tower? Teleport is coming through from Ninetales. Will it make it? It does, but he's right into a trap and right into 3 members of Snipa Gang. Mustard Cat can take it very low. The ult comes through from Dior. That's going to pick up a kill, but won't get anything more. The Rockets and the blue buff are now online. It's a 5-in-1 Jinx, and there's no CC to stop it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They killed Rip Perp and they got CK Flow low. You know, that rhymeage. But they got nothing out of it. They actually lost objectives after basically, you know, winning that fight. And now they're going to take Scuttle and probably take this Baron. You know, they have a lot of good, you know, a lot of vision in the bot side of the map. They have some, they have a good amount of wards in the river. You know, the furthest ward for the side of Eggplant is that random pink ward in the Tribush above Baron, which isn't really going to do anything. And then one, you know, pink ward in the bottom of their jungle. So they have no vision of this. They can't push for it. All the lanes are shoved. They're down. So they just got to give up this Baron. They can't really contest.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that vision from the side of Snipa.
Really, I want to ask you, how does Eggplant come back from this?
They don't.
The classic answer. They don't.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. Like, yeah, they have a really good front line with the Nunu and Mundo, but when you have a 1-in-6 Corki who his only completed item is the Muramana, you're really not getting much out of the Rockets for the moment, you know, until you get to, you know, 3 items, and it's going to take him so long to get to that point. CK Flow is already almost on his 3rd item. It wouldn't surprise me if after, you know, a few more of these stop waves that he's going to back with. Forgetting what else built into... Yeah, I would say Wit's End.
Say Wit's End with that no magic mantle there. And currently the mid tower is getting sieged by Dior and Hayun. They're going to pick it up. Dragon is spawning in less than a minute. Like you said, Laser Snipe only on 1 item. Once he picks up the Ludens, though, that's a little bit more damage. Yoda is caught in the middle of the team on Sniper Gang here, but Vieta with the big ultimate. Dior is going to get whimsied up, and Mustard Cat is just going to fall to Jinx Rockets. Oh my gosh. Dior is just getting excited. He's going to pick up the nice... He's going for more. He's going for the Quadra here, but he's stuck on the other side of the wall. He doesn't have flash. CK will flash over to the assist. They want Dior to get the Penta. They want at least the Quadra here. The Quadra is going to get picked up. It's going to be marked as a legendary,
though. Does give over the Penta? That's the question. He's getting kind of close. He's kind of testing the water.
He's tempting them. He's there. Dior, you got this, bud. All right, the shield from Mustard does come through. I don't think. Yeah. Oh no, not Mustard dying once again. Mustard just got out of the fountain. But I think the game is pretty much over at this point. They're just sieging down the rest of the towers here. Viator is going to get almost caught out here. Laser Snipe's going to get stunned. Valkyrie's away. Secret Flow is actually down here. But Dior is just too strong. And even though no health, the shields from Lulu are going to come through. Viator is going to get caught by... Wait, Rip Purple just immediately died to Viator there. Ninetales is on the hunt for the rest of Sniper Gang. Dior has to back off. Weep is taking a little bit of tower damage, but the Shurelias will come through from Hayun.
Yeah, they tried in. Maybe a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the gold, man. It's so sad to see.
Well, yeah, before all of that, every single member was at least a full item ahead, you know, from Snipa Gang over Eggplant, and one full item can do so much for you, and not even that, just like the level difference. You know, Wep is 2 levels ahead of Mundo. CK Flow is an entire level over Laser Sniped, and you know, 2 to 3 levels above the rest of the team. Mustard Cat struggling, level 10. There's so much like stat boost you get just from levels, and with item difference on top of that, they can get away with, you know, that Dior and Hyun getting caught out in the jungle. You know, obviously Red Perp came in, you know, with the save and the Zinja ultimate, but they can get away with those small mistakes and getting caught out just because they do so much damage, and they're just so aggressive that they can kind of just do as they please at this moment. I mean, they have Soul. When Baron spawns, they're going to get it. There's already an inhib down. I don't really see any way for Eggplant to come back. It's not like they like, oh guys, we outscale. Like, no, you don't. You can't outscale a 10-1-3 Jinx. Like, sorry, that's not gonna happen.
True, CK Flow is gonna pop the ultimate here. So does Yoda, but it's gonna get interrupted by a knockup. Ninetales is in the thick of things. Dior and Rip Purple are doing a number. CK Flow as well. CK Flow does pick up the quadra kill and will actually just ace them. Team gap ace, but oh man. Buster Cat will pick up Dior at the very, very last second. Yeah, it was kind of a little bit doomed for the side of Eggplant, but congratulations to the side of Snipa Gang for pick up their first win game with nice score lines here.
Yeah, I kind of felt that was going to be a Snipa Gang. I mean, it was the predictions were 60-40 in favor of Eggplant, and I agree with that. I think either way, it could have been 40-60, 60-40, 50-50. I mean, based on draft and just based on these teams, it was a toss-up from the beginning, and I think it really boiled down to the Zeri got the 2-0, and then they weren't really able to do anything after that because I'd say like the next like minute or two, then they lost that drag fight, and you know, I believe all 4 of them died. Obviously, besides the top lane, because you know now with the teleport change, they're kind of doing their own thing for the first 14 minutes. But after that fight, CK Flow came out 2-0-1, had shutdown gold. You know, got so much from that fight, and then they also obviously got Dragon, and then he was just able to bully Laser Snipe for the rest of the game. And one of your big carries is basically out of every fight. Laser Snipe wasn't able to do anything. He had that really good package. I'd say like 10 minutes into the game, you know, when Snipa Gang got a little too spicy in around that mid tower, and even with the package and pretty much catching them by surprise, and I think it was like a 3-3, they still lost. Like, they still lost the fight. Rise coming out with, I believe, 2 more kills, and then, you know, not able to do anything after that, because I think they'd also gotten 4 plates as well right before that, so like it was just a snowball. And after that initial drag fight, and then a few of the trades after that, there's just the snowball was just too much. I don't think they could have recovered with the teams being so even and like I guess like the comps.
Right, I definitely agree with you. Like it was kind of like that first dragon fight just led to so many more things. And I mean, Snipa Gang did what you told them to with the transitioning those leads to the later stages of the game and keeping them, right? I think we see a lot of these PCL teams kind of lose that, and then that's where the oh, is it going to be this team or this team that's going to win? But this one, I think they just did an excellent job with the macro play, the micro play, and it worked out for them in game 1. But there's still 2 more possible games. Possible games. We're going to be right back with a short break. When we're back, we're going to have game 2 of Snipa Gang versus Eggplant. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is game 2 about to start. The draft for Eggplant and Snipa Gang. With me, I have my very good caster, Primus. How you feeling after game 1? You think Snipa Gang has what it takes to just completely swipe it 2-0 Eggplant, or is Eggplant on the comeback, do you think?
I kind of have to. I don't know if anyone was watching. I think it was Wednesday. One of the last casts that I was watching. At the very end, I said I was gonna give 5 subs if I predicted 2-0. So I have to go for Snipa Gang because
Okay.
you know, I gotta put my money where my mouth is, and I'm gonna predict this 2-0. Snipa Gang's gonna get it. I mean, they are tied for first place, so it's not it's not that big of a hot take. But based on this is an even matchup, especially coming out of draft, and they were clear cut winners. So I'm gonna give it to them pre-draft, unless
Okay.
they just hard end the draft this next time. I think they're gonna come out with it. And obviously, if they do, I give out 5 subs. I'm a man of my word. I said it in chat last time, so I'm gonna commit to that. So as long as Snipa doesn't hard end, for these picks, then we should be fine. Which they did lose. They also lost 2 bans the first time around, so they have all their bans this time, I believe. Or
No,
do they still
have to lose because
Just kidding.
They still have to lose both.
Just kidding.
But yeah,
Well,
I do think they have a commanding lead. I mean, despite having 2 loss of bans, but I mean, you saw it clearly. They didn't even need it. I think all of the members of Snipe Gang did pretty well that game, even the emergency substitute as well. So we'll see what kind of changes Eggplant has to make to be able to come back. And it's looking like the same 3 bans. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Do you think they should have changed up some of the way that you the way that you structure these bans out? Because I feel like, sure, Jace, Set, Riven, all strong champions, but like they're just gonna pick the same strong champions, no?
Sorry, I'm trying to ask the Sniper
Okay.
how to pronounce the support's name. I'm assuming it's Hune. Hune Supremacy.
I was saying Hyun, but I guess it's Hyun.
I don't know. They're
I
not
guess
helping
it's
me. But like, how do you
Hyun.
pronounce it? They're like,
Okay, it is Hyun.
They
It
just
is
type
Hyun.
his name. Okay.
I think it is Hyun.
Oh, it's Hyun.
No.
Wookiee's
Wait. Oh, wait. What? Oh no. I think they're saying it's Hyun, right? Hyun?
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, what was the question?
I was saying maybe Eggplant should change up some of the bans that they had, because these are the exact same bans from the first game, but I think they just fear the CK Flow's picks way too much, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Weep wasn't like, super crazy on the rise. So, I mean, I don't think that's really worth a ban.
Okay.
Maybe CK Flow is more comfortable on the Riven, and they just, yeah, he did really well on the Aurelia, but they'd rather see the Aurelia than the Riven, I guess. But they go ahead and first pick Ezreal, who is probably my favorite AD carry. I love to see the Ezreal. Also, pretty strong in this patch. I've been more building him with Trinity Force because we've been seeing less tanks from especially the top lane nowadays. And the jungle as well. We're seeing the Xin Zhao, the Hecarim, the Nocturne. Right. The Nunu occasionally, but we're seeing a lot more like bruiser or even carry topside, top and jungle. So the center is not as needed, especially when there's no tanks on the enemy side. So I've been seeing more hyper damage, Trinity Force from Ezreal, and I, could see it this game unless Snipa does choose to pick a tank this time around. But we shall see.
Okay.
They are red side again.
Yep.
Both bot lanes are already picked. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Ezreal, Morgana, and Twitch and Karma, which. Oh, and I'm assuming both junglers as well if this Viego gets picked. Yeah, so Viego, Vi. Yeah, not really seeing any tanks, unless Weep wants to pick one. So it's probably gonna be a Trinity Force Ezreal game, which I like a lot of this damage too, from Eggplant. Ezreal Morgana, really good. You have the Black Shield to block a lot of this Karma poke, and Viego doesn't have a lot of, I'd say like gank potential with Morgana. If they have the vision of the Viego and he's not, shrouded, if you just, he tries to run in for a gank and you just root him, then it's not really much you can do.
Root him, Black Shield, get out, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a very safe bot lane. This isn't going to be like it was the last game where it's, the level 1 shenanigans we're going to keep, fighting until one of us dies. I think it's going to be a lot safer from the side of Eggplant. They're going to be playing a lot more reactive than proactive. It worked for them a little bit at the beginning. They burned that early flash from Lulu, but it's definitely not going to be the same this time around. Snipa banning out the Mundo, so we're not going to see same thing coming from Ninetales. We're going to have to pick something different. Are the brothers getting banned again?
Nope.
Yasuo was banned last time.
It's going to be the Irelia. That means that Yone is open. It could be a possible pick for Snipa Gang. I feel like it might not be too bad against this other composition that Eggplant has drawn up so far, but that does mean they're going to be a little bit more AD heavy, and as we know, there are some picks that can definitely counter the AD heavy, as Viego and Lulu? Okay. So is that a Karma top then? Might be
probably a Karma top.
Probably.
Trying to think, I believe Weep's. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Weep has actually played a Soraka top. I think.
Okay.
Looking at past games, so.
No, that was. I think that was CK Flow that played the Soraka mid, or maybe. Oh no, they switched. Okay. They might have switched. I'm not sure which one it was, but it was one of them. I think that did play a Soraka mid. But Lux and Malphite are going to be the last ones picked up, and that was one of the champions that I was like, okay, maybe if they pick Malphite here, it might be a little bit better draft than last game, and I'm really liking this sort of CC focus comp now, instead of the almost no
lot of hard CC from Eggplant.
A lot of hard CC.
Starting to maybe a little bit regret my 2-0 prediction, but they do have the Gnar, Fu was saying in chat, where's the front line for the Twitch? The front line is Mega Gnar, not, regular Gnar can't really do much, but they have the overgrowth for the Twitch, and they have 2 enchanters to buff up this Twitch, so they don't necessarily need that big of a front line when you have 2 enchanters to buff up this Twitch and Viego.
Right.
It's gonna be I don't know if it's gonna be Karma or Lulu. Probably Karma mid.
I think it's gonna be. it probably will be Karma mid. I think I've seen much more Karma mid than I have Lulu mid.
I haven't seen Lulu mid since like season 4, so I mean,
Yeah.
I can be surprised, but haven't
Yeah.
seen that in a hot minute. So
Yeah, and I think there's, it's gonna be good for Karma, and I feel like they lack magic damage, and Karma doesn't do like a lot of magic damage. I mean, I haven't even seen a Karma like any sort of enchanter mid in a long time, aside from like what they used to run was Seraphine mid. So I'm looking forward to that and seeing how that goes against the Lux here. I feel like that's going to be kind of a passive lane. Like they're just going to try to hit each other with skill shots and miss them because that's what people do in the PCL, but that's okay.
yeah, okay. So I'm gonna commit to the Sniper Gang just because I said I would.
Right.
You know, I either lose out on points or I don't give. Well, I either lose out on points or I lose 5 subs. So it's like it's a win-win or a lose-lose either way. So for me at least.
Okay.
I either lose money or fake money.
True.
And we go to game 3. If I lose fake money, we go to game 3, which either way I'm having fun.
It would be amazing to see a game 3 come out.
I really like Eggplant's comp though. I like this heavy engage CC comp, especially when you're into a Viego Twitch. I feel like Eggplant won the draft. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like the answer from Eggplant. I think these are really good champions for who they're facing. I mean, unless we get a really good Gnarl from Weep, I think it's gonna be kind of tough for the Viego and the Twitch. Excuse me, I almost said Jinx. Different game. But yeah. Oh yeah, HS Monley, by the way. So if you voted for Eggplant, you don't want anyone to vote for Eggplant because the more points that go to the other side, the more points you win if you win. Because it's all gambling, you know. It's the odds.
You just have to make Primus lose all of his points. That's the idea.
Exactly.
Right?
I only put in 2K. You know, I'm not highballing just yet. Third game, I'll put in all my points. We'll go with that. But you know, if Snipa Gang 2-0s, I'm giving out 5 subs. You heard it here first, folks. I guess second.
And it looks like it is going to be Karma mid.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's going to be quite a passive lane than what we saw before. I mean, CK Flow, we know him to be a prowess monster on these melee picks, but we haven't really seen him on the ranged picks all too much. So kind of curious to see how this is going to work out. And, you know, obviously having 2 enchanters means that you're gonna have to help Viego and Twitch out as much as possible, right? They're your carries. They are your carries.
Right.
But it's gonna be kind of hard to do that when the other team has a Malphite, a Vi to lock multiple people down and knock them up, and all sorts of shenanigans. I mean, even the Lux. Like, I expect this to go in the favor of Eggplant, but it's gonna be a little difficult if they don't know what they're doing with it, right? And I think that Yoda plays a fine Vi. As we've seen in the past, so I'm looking forward to him impacting the map much more than he did on the Nunu last game.
Well, that's the thing. If they land one thing onto Twitch, they're just gonna stack the CC. You know, if Vi ults him, if Malphite ults him, you know, even a Stray, you know, Lux Binding gets him, then they're just gonna whoever hasn't used their abilities yet are gonna use them as soon as he gets locked down. So Dior's gonna have to pretty much break as many ankles as he can and dodge everything, or else he is gonna have a tough time. Because there's only so much that Karma Shield and the Lulu Overgrowth can do to keep him alive. Which I mean, I guess once Eggplant burns all of that, then it's gonna start looking dicey for them. I think because especially if you get one reset on Viego, or if you get a lot of good AOE, with the spray and pray from Twitch. It could be very different if one or both of them lives after all of that CC's been burned. And I think that's what's really going to be Snipa Gang's win condition is you have to be really cognizant of the ultimates from Eggplant. You got to know when they have them, and you got to know when they're going to use them. Otherwise, it could look really bad for you.
That's true. I do think that it could go either way. I feel like Sniper Gang do have a pretty decent comp, and I mean, like I said, they're putting a lot of trust into Rip Perp and or Dior to kind of carry the game. But like we saw the bot lane kind of fall short in the early stages of the game to so much pressure. And I mean, without the jungler's influence, that would have been kind of kind of lost for them totally.
Right.
But they managed to come back. So maybe Dior and Hyun can kind of last till late game again, like we saw in the last game. So
Yeah,
we'll
I
have to
mean,
see.
I think I think this might even become like kind of like a 1-3-1 scenario for Snipa, where they don't want to really try for a lot of 5 vs 5 team fights. They're
Mhm.
probably going to be looking for picks, especially with Viego and Twitch. You've got a lot of invisibility from the both of them,
It's
so
true.
they can probably, like, if they catch out one of these, uh, you know, the Vi or the Lux, I think would be really good, because that's where a lot of their damage going to come from before Ezreal finishes all of his items. So I think early game they should probably be trying to pick out the Lux and the Vi. Have the Karma roam, especially. CK Flow is gonna have to probably be going bot a lot. When you have two enchanters on the Twitch, you can kind of just do what he wants before
Mhm.
especially pre 6 if they can, or that first dragon fight. Because there's not going to be because Malphite's not going to be in the situation early game.
Right.
Gnar and Malphite are going to be duking it out. With the top lane changes and the teleport changes, it's going to be 4 vs 4 at most at these early dragon fights, and I think that's where they need to get the Twitch fed early, because there's not going to be a Malphite ult onto the Twitch until later in the game, and I think that's when they have to get the lead early, and they have to get that first dragon, and get 2 to 3
And
kills on Twitch early.
yeah, escalate it from there, like we've been saying. And I think that everybody on the side of Eggplant comes online after level 6, right? Like you're saying. So we might not see a lot of early shenanigans, but we could be very wrong. This is PCL after all.
This is
But
PCL.
with that, we're going to take a short break before we get into game 2 of Eggplant versus Sniper Gang. Sniper Gang is one game ahead of the Eggplants. We'll see you soon as we get into game 2. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have game 2 of Eggplant versus Snipa Gang. Primus, walk me through the early game here. You know, pretty standard start. Is there any early shenanigans we're looking for? Because I feel like the side of Eggplant actually want to be aggressors early on here.
I was gonna say Hugh needs to buy items because when you started saying that, I was like, well, Lulu might need items to do something. So, wasn't there? So, no shenanigans coming from the side of Snipa at least. And I don't think there really is. I mean, I do think the Morgana level 1 is super strong.
Yeah.
The binding can do so much that I don't think Snipa can really do anything. Which is right now, they're trying to, have that lane kingdom show them who's boss. Just, if you land that Q, they're by themselves though. Vi and Malphite, are not there. They are by themselves. Just gonna be annoying.
Yeah, they are being quite annoying.
Karma's coming down though.
Yeah,
maybe.
Maybe.
Just kidding.
Nope.
Okay, they're just kidding.
They're just causing a little bit of havoc in that side of Rip there. His jungle clears a little bit startled, but that's gonna be okay. Looks like everyone's gonna just follow back in line.
Yeah, Vi has the shield. Good will be okay. The little green man will be all right. Gonna get through it. Ezreal, starting off, probably gonna hit level 2 first. Which is really good for him. He can get that arcane shift early. My favorite thing to do is arcane shift around minions so he can land a Q, kind of like what Vader's doing right now. Taking a lot of damage.
Exhaust does come through though. Both sides using exhaust, the heal, and the ignite go through as well. First blood is gonna go over to Mustard Cat though. Vader's running for his life. Hyun has no flash available, no ignite. Mustard, if she lands the binding, she could find another kill for herself here. As she will, but no damage coming through after that. Wow.
Yeah, the early level 2 really helped them. Nard, he's mega.
Yeah, he is mega, and Ninetales is opting to fight into him. The stun does miss. The flash auto attack will take Ninetales out, and that was just so unfortunate for Ninetales to step up like that in mega form. And one quick shout out, Astro Esports TTV, thank you for the raiding party. Welcome, Raiders. You're in for a treat. We have game 2 of a best of 3 between these two spicy teams. And we just got started, so welcome.
Yeah, so both sides of the map already, a bit of shenanigans. Eggplant up 300 gold, just, I think, Oh, they did get the first bloods. That's where
Yeah.
that gold disparity is. I had to think about that too hard. Math. But yeah, so I definitely don't think that Malphite should have been fighting the Gnar. Because also, I mean, Whip had the Dorn's Blade. Malphite had a corrupting potion. So it's not even like he had the items to do
Okay,
so.
hold on. Yoda here. Flash Q into CK Flow. But CK Flow did heal up from the binding there, and Rip Perp is going to take Yoda out. Laser is the next one to hunt. Flash does come through. The burn from the red buff. The root does come through, and that's going to be a double kill on over to CK Flow. But Laser Snipe does take the revenge kill from that. Wow.
Yeah, I guess DK Flow doesn't need to be on a carry to get 2 kills early. Yeah, really, Karma, I don't care. I'm going to get 2 kills when I want them. Still worth it. I mean, 2 for 1. Looks like the wave is kind of, a little bit pushing towards the tower for Laser to clear real quick. He has Lux, but...
Yep, Yoda seems to be coming down here. He was not spotted out by any ward. Dior is actually taking the opposite route. They're just going to go for a Hyun here. And that is going to be a secured kill for Viator. Ninetales on the meantime is going to get ganked up in the top side. Correcting Potion does restore a little bit of health. Rip Perp is in tower range, so they're not going to chase after that.
Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to see from Snipa Gang. Pre-6, you have to get that early lead if you want to be relevant in the mid-game. That's really exactly what they're doing. They're getting this dragon. They got the early ganks. But it's not really... There's actually... Excuse me, Eggplant's getting the dragon. Sorry, I can't tell colors.
It's okay.
Snipa was, doing that on the top side of the map, but, losing in the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, oh my gosh, the 4-man gang on the CK Flow. They really not like him. CK Flow has no flash, and Vader's going to pick up another kill for himself. 2-0 on the Ezreal.
Yeah, I mean, Snipa Gang trying to punish the Malphite top lane, and then kind of leaving the bot mid to the honestly pretty disgusting ganks from Yoda, just doing so much on this Vi already. 3 out of the 4 kill participation, setting up his team, 2-0-1 on this Ezreal, which, last game we saw, that 2-0-1 early game, pretty nutty, on the carries.
Yoda's coming for a repeat gank. Oh no, Dior is going to have to get away with his little teeth here. The exhaust and the binding do connect. Vader just given an... Oh, actually, maybe Yoda is just going to steal that one away, as Vader is very low. And yeah, like you said, Yoda doing a lot more than he was on the Nunu for his team right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I really like the draft from Eggplant. If they could just get to mid game even, I think they win most team fights. And so far, they're actually 1,000 gold ahead, and a Infernal Drake in their pocket. 20 CS ahead for the Ezreal on the Twitch. Ezreal, pretty medium in the early game. His Qs are pretty annoying, but after 2 completed items, he's got the Mermana. That is not something you kind of just want to walk in. And, with the front line that they have, which, honestly, I mean, Snipa doesn't have. Their only front line is the Gnar. So if we're doing a 5 vs 5, front to back, then Snipa's going to lose it pretty much every time. So unless they get picks or are able to get, burst down some of these, the Lux of the Ezreal, I really don't think that they're going to win that many team fights. So I think they really need to
wait a minute.
Not die.
Camera. Okay, Rip Perp actually is coming in for a bot lane gang. Mustard Cat getting very low. Stopwatch does pop. Dior taking so much damage. Vader is on a killing spree. The trade back is going to work out for Vader, and that's going to be it. The binding from Rip Perp does not connect. He's still going after. I mean, Vader is now half health. He's going to eat in. He's going to flash away, but Rip Perp is going to follow suit, and I think that's it for Vader. That was such a good play, but you give the shutdown over to Rip Perp on the Viego, and it's not looking too good.
Yeah, so one of the carries for Snipa is looking good. We had a 2-0-2 Viego, just got a pretty nice shit ton gold from the Ezreal. I mean,
Okay, the trade.
Honestly, I think that Dior should have focused Mustard Cat and early that fight. Because especially when you're playing with a Viego, it's like playing with a Jinx. You want the resets.
Oh, wait a minute. Ninetales just ults and the shutdown goes to Laser Snipe. What a good setup from Ninetales. Wow.
Yep, it's everyone's level 6. That's gonna happen. You're gonna have a Vi or Malphite ult pretty much every time you're caught out.
Oh man, I did not mean to cut you off, but that was such an incredibly coordinated gank coming from all members of Eggplant. And yeah, this is kind of looking in favor of Eggplant so far. We have a lot more coordinated plays coming out from them.
Yeah, I mean, in that bot fight and now just in general, if Viego doesn't get these resets, there's really not much he's going to be able to do against this, very CZ heavy.
Okay, Weep is doing a lot of work to Ninetales. Ninetales is very tanky. The flash, double flash, comes through. Weep took 2 tower shots. They're both on a sliver of health, and no kill is going to go to either side there. That was close, but wait, they're still up there. I don't know if this is advisable for either one of them. Dragon is coming up soon in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, Eggplant has the priority. Karma's not close. There's no TP for CK Flow either. So they're gonna have Eggplant's gonna have the dragon priority. They're gonna.
Oh, the flash! Ripper does get the binding onto him, and the flash from Yoda as well. Oh, so close. They just need 1 more, 2 more autos, maybe.
Can she Q? Can she land it?
Nope. It's not gonna come through. Dior and Hyun are walking into
out
the rest of the team. Wait a minute. Hyun is just gonna get blown up. The wild growth doesn't do anything for Hyun, and that's going to be certainly a dragon over the side of the Eggplant, second of the game.
Yeah, I don't know if waiting in that brush was the right idea for Hyun. I mean, they didn't have numbers, and I mean, you're not really going to catch anyone out with a bunch of bursts. Kind of just gave over a free kill. They'd already lost to Viego, so it's not like you're going to get the dragon.
Right.
Rip has to recall, so you're gonna give up that second Drake no matter what. So I don't know if trying to contest and fight there was the best idea at all. Because now we have a 0 and 6 bot lane.
Yeah.
Fed Ezreal and Fed luck. Yeah. They have all the kills where they want them, so CK Flow gonna try and get something done here in the mid lane.
Gonna try, but Laser Snipe did pop the ghost. Rip Perp is on the hunt, but he's too close to tower. Nothing will happen there. And so yeah, the bot lane is looking real rough for the side of Snipa Gang right now.
Yeah, I mean the 2 enchanters are great when you're not playing from behind and when you're not against a hard CC comp.
Speaking of which, oh my gosh. Wait, CK Flow has a Moonstone. I did not think he was gonna build that.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty much playing to get either both the Viego or the Twitch, fed and able to blow up targets. And that's the thing, like that's at this point probably going to be empowering the Viego. They're going to put as many resources probably into Rip as they can.
Okay.
Because after a couple resets, because that's the thing, like if he gets a reset on, let's say like Laser Sniper Viator, he's with the Viego you're going to get their items and their abilities, so the lead that they have could quickly go over to Rip, and then if you give him the wild growth and all the karma shields, and he just survives and just kills the entire team, that's still very possible. He just needs 1 reset, which is why Snipa Gang really needs to focus their targets and kill someone very quickly, so that we can get the resets onto Rip.
That is true, and Rip Perp is down here in the bot side. Mustard Cat playing a very dangerous game. The stun, or the root rather, will come through. The exhaust from Dior will come through. Mustard Cat does pop the shackles there, but that's a lot of damage coming up from Dior. The stun comes through with the flash, and Rip Perp is going to take out the Aider. That is huge for the side of Snipa Gang.
That spray and pray was nutty. That was pretty like max range autos. And really good by him and just committing to it. If I were personally playing that, I'd be like, all right, they got away. The Morgana ult went out. The keys went out.
Hold on.
Not really much you can do.
The unstoppable force does come through onto Weep, who is gonna get also ulted by Yoda. Oh, the teleport was interrupted by laser snipe. I think they probably might have been okay with that teleport going through, but oh my gosh, Vader snipes Hyun from across the map and they just didn't see it coming! Are you kidding me?
Fog of War. Hate to see it. Had no idea. And that
Had no idea. Oh my gosh. You know, and that probably, if either of them were a little bit lower on health, that probably would have killed all three of them.
I would have just said, like, just surrender now.
Just surrender now. CK Flow is forced to flash away from this Yoda and Mustard gank onto the mid lane here. So that is going to be another summoner. They're just taking. Yeah, I mean, they're falling a little bit behind in tempo. I thought they had it with that bottom play, but Vader just took the return kill just like that. And I mean, they didn't respect the health bars in the Ezreal damage right now. And this is going to be the second rift of the game over to Eggplant. And they've gotten all the drags. Dragon is up in a minute, so they could possibly just pop this or Dragon, make sure they get enough coverage across the map to pressure. Because that is what the game is about now, is pressuring that, you know, Rip Perp or Dior don't get ahead.
Yeah, and first tower gold is still up, so they can use Rift Herald. A lot of the towers are still pretty healthy, so they can't really drop anywhere and get like instant, you know, insta kill on a tower. But they can still, you know, 3 to 4 man pressure a lane, drop that, and then.
Okay, the double flash comes through once again, but Dior not in range to pop the expunge onto Vader. Sad to see it, but they're trying to make plays to get this dragon online for themselves. Was an attempt. CK Flow is gonna get the cease and desist. The binding will not connect, but oh, it will connect, and there goes CK Flow. Rip Perp is in the middle of them, but will get the Heartbreaker out of there. No dragon.
Yeah, so they drop Rift.
Yeah, they drop Rift and they hit dragon.
Still pressure the mid lane while the rest of his team just take drag. So unless some crazy, I don't even know. It's gonna be soul point for Eggplant. They're just gonna take that. They drop the Rift. You know, they get the kill on CK. Rip had to also burn his ult to get away. So, I mean, no engage for Viego as well. They're just going to take drag, going to be on soul point, take first tower. So they're now only 2k up. You know, Snipa still, you know, CSing pretty well.
Oh no, they waited! They waited for the ADC to go ahead and back and just took out Hyun. Hyun has been on an unlucky death streak right now, and they're punishing this so hard. On the side of Eggplant is just crazy. The coordination coming out
in Ezreal Ultimate. He's out, at least that I've seen so far, 2 for 2 in kills with it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he used it early, you know, when he hit level 6, but every Ezreal ult I've seen in the past few minutes has been a kill.
Yeah. Already working on that next item there. Looking to be probably the Divine Sunder, if not maybe a Triforce or something, but yeah, Ezreal looking really good. 6-2 and 3. A little bit of CS up on Dior, who only has the Gale Force. And I mean, we're talking about the bottom lane, or bottom side of the map rather so much, but let's talk about the top side. I mean, even though that Ninetales is behind 40 CS, wait, I mean, I gotta cut myself off as Laser Snipe is getting engaged on, but pops the stopwatch, and Yoda is on a killing spree. He's gonna get a double kill here. Nope, Laser Snipe is gonna take that one. Had to burn the flash, or not the flash, the cease and desist to get it. And wow, I mean, you think you have it, and then stopwatch.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch right now, you know, just a Gale Force. You can't just be an assassin and just blow someone up at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 to 3 items, sure, but I don't think they really had that. And Yoda just being so ahead right now. Well, I mean, their entire team, obviously, but you know, Yoda just kind of slapped Dior and pretty much 2-shot him. You know, right after Laser Sniped popped the Zodiac, or the stopwatch, excuse me, went golden.
Yeah.
And unfortunate. I don't think
timing.
Dior should have walked straight into the Lux, because I mean, that's one of the easiest Qs of your life. You know, when you're Lux. I mean, the point blank binding into
Right.
E ult, like. I don't know what Dior thought he was doing. I mean, I think he just didn't want laser sight
Living
to
out
get
his
away.
fantasies. His Twitch fantasies that he wants to just assassinate people in 2 seconds. But Laser Snipe gonna pop the ultimate onto Dior. Once again, take out half his health. Whew, that's a lot of damage coming out from Laser this time around.
And that's what I hate about Lux. I really wish that it wasn't the case, but Lux ultimate is literally already almost halfway up. Just gonna use it again the next time Dior tries to try something.
Yeah,
So-
it's already almost the way there up again. Like, yeesh. Lux is just a super, super annoying champion to face, I swear.
Yeah, it's gonna be up twice in one fight easily. Web gonna try and get some damage.
Trying to fight, do the 1v1 here. Nobody here to help him. Ninetales knows to play it safe. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're gonna take the tower. Away from the side of Snipa Gang, and here we go again. Yoda onto Hyun, but unfortunately, Lasers misses the binding here, but still gonna pick up the kill. The cease and desist used once again for Hyun, just getting killed over and over again. Mustard Cat caught in a bit of a spot here. Flash does come through from Rip Herp, but the binding is gonna secure him in his place. Teleport is coming through from both top laners. Ninetales looking at CK Flow. And Weep is going to just back off from that teleport. A lot of summoner spells used on the supports here. And Rip Herp was the one punished for it.
Yeah, that's the thing with Eggplant. You know, their comp right now. If you land one little bit of CC, you're just going to stack the rest. So
This is what
you
you've
have
been
to
saying
pretty
this
much
entire
dodge
time.
everything.
Yeah, it's so crazy because you're just AFK at that point. Like, what are you gonna do? The Lux binding comes right after. You know, Ninetales with the unstoppable force will come sure enough if you don't get that kill in that amount of time. And they're just so far ahead.
Where like with the death timer it shows how long the fight was, and then like the time next to it is like how long you were CC'd. Pretty much all of the death timers for these champions, like, all right, the fight was 9 seconds. You were stunned for 8. Have fun.
Yeah. I gotta look at my watch real quick. I don't know about that one. I think I just have to, you know, go eat dinner real quick. But meanwhile,
I need to take a smoke break. I'll be back.
Smoke break real quick. Yeah. We grab a snack. We'll just grab a snack. But both teams are positioning for this dragon right here, and the arcade. Oh my gosh! Oh no! Ninetales with the unstoppable force will knock up 4 of them. And that is just the end of the team fight, ladies and gentlemen. Weep is going to get away with barely what's left of his life. Laser Snipe trying to pick up the binding here, but not going to find it. And that was such a beautiful fight from Eggplant.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about it, though. We talked about the CC. We talked about, you know, the enchanters on the side of sniping. We didn't talk about the AoE, though. If you clump up, Malphite's gonna ult you, Lux is gonna ult you, and then Ezreal's gonna ult you. Like,
yeah,
there's so much, like, the ultimates from the side of Eggplant. If you land one, you land the rest, and it's on the entire team. So if you're clumped up, you die if you're sniping. So I think at this point, if they want any hope of winning this, they have to get picks, which I don't think Eggplant's gonna give them. If Eggplant is smart, they're just gonna play S5. And they could just run it down. They have soul. They're up 8,000 gold. They can just play how they want. They can, you know, force a Baron fight, which they know they will win. So, like, they don't need to 1-3-1. They don't need to split. They don't need to do any of that. They just need to group as 5 and just end the game. That's literally all they need to do.
Vader does not have Arcane Shift. He has to flash away. But Hyun, look at the health again. Hyun, that's one barrage away. That's a Lux all away from death. You cannot stand there. No.
A little bit, but
not like. Can I get a not like this in chat? Like it's 9 deaths for Hyun. Yoda trying to chase Weep. I mean, Weep is taking so much damage from the armor shred from Vi, and oh my gosh, on the other side of the map, Rip Herp. Very low. I don't know what happened there. Directed camera. Can't do everything at once, guys. Come on, like, pick your fights here. Let's go.
Eggplant doesn't even.
Never mind. Oh my god.
They're so
They don't
ahead,
need
they
to.
have so much damage. They can just
They don't need to.
poke you out, you know, pew pew. Anyways, I started blasting, and
Anyways, I started blasting. I mean, that's. Anyways, I started sniping. Haha, get it? Because Snipa gang is losing. I'll just. They're getting Baron. It's probably gonna be the end of this game soon.
Yeah. Oh, one more meme. Just I thought it was funny. Like Ezreal, you know, shooting up a feud, and he gets away, and I could just see like the Ezreal like, yeah, you need to call an ambulance, but not for
But
me.
not for me.
Laser time comes out.
True. Oh my gosh, and you know, it's a you have to play a little bit differently. When you're on the side of Snipa gang, you see these long range ultimates. You know they're coming. Hyun has 9 deaths only because they're standing still. They're backing in obvious places. They're backing on wards, or their vision was almost there, and they're just letting themselves get picked off by Vader's ultimate and Laser Snipe's ultimate. And I mean, Laser is sniping them.
Yeah, and one thing that I love the dynamic between Lux and Morgana, because like you can dodge one binding, but can you dodge 2?
Yeah.
Like,
And I mean,
you have to dodge 2 bindings.
Yeah, and
And
they
if
don't
you
have
hit
a
by
lot of
one,
dashes.
You have Vi and Malphite ultimate, and
Right.
so I don't think there's anything that. First of all, the bot lane for Snipa is pretty much lost. I mean, you really can't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Lulu's kind of just a ward at this point, and you know the Shrelia is active.
We still have a Viego that's scaling up, right? So like that's one thing, and I think it's kind of lost in like the bot lane for Snipa gang is kind of the flip side of what happened the last game. I mean, sure,
Right.
Dior wasn't doing as good. I mean, but he still can kind of come back with scaling and with more items, but it's really hard to at this point, right? Because we saw Invader on the Zeri, he just didn't do much later in the game. And now that there's so much CC, so much chase potential, so much sniping going on the side of Eggplant, it's really going to be really hard to come back from this. Hyun caught into a tough spot. The unstoppable force is going to take out half, and Yoda is going to take out the other. And Laser Snipe is going to face check this bush with Rip Purple, and Director Camera wants to go somewhere else, so I guess I mean, something happened. Maybe Rip Perp backed off there, but sieging this tower with Baron is, I think, the right play. And yeah, that's a snipe. That CC chain was so long. Oh my gosh, it's just unfortunate. Ninetales taking a brunt of damage. I think the laser is a little bit too much forward. Yoda's here to back them up. Theater is on a rampage. Dior gonna get the cease and desist. And that's going to be it. Mustard Cat is going to pick up that kill with the pool. It might be the end of the game. Can Rip Perp do it? I don't know. It's really up to this. I mean, he's already half health. Hyun trying to do what they can, but yeah, 1 tower, 2 tower.
Second death timers on everyone.
Yeah,
too.
it's kind of over. But yeah, they're trying their best, but no, this Viator's just poking at the tower. Rip Perp getting pretty low. Nope. The unstoppable force at the end. Is it going to connect? Keep the KDA. And that's going to be game 2 over to Eggplant, which means I lost points. And you lost points too.
Yeah.
What a change of
I'm not giving
events.
up to 5 subs, so if you are mad you didn't get a sub, then blame Snipa Gang.
Blame Sniping Gang, that is true. Yikes.
They played as much as well as they could, and I was just gonna say Weep. I think if they could have stalled a little bit more. He just bought the Hull Breaker, and I think the Hull Breaker, put the Gnar in the side lane and then maybe try and survive. He did eventually finish the Hull Breaker, but
yeah, it's kind of rough at that point though. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, the Hull Breaker, sure, but they also nerfed Hull Breaker for range champions, so picking that up is kind of almost a moot point, especially when
it's a
whole rest
last resort. Yeah,
it's kind of like I mean, but regardless, I think he's the one that did probably the better out of all the lanes. He was pressuring Malphite, during the early stages. But the thing is that Ninetales did such a good. I mean, yeah, he just did Malphite things. He roams. I think the roams were very important there from Ninetales to secure those kills. I mean, the unstoppable forces were beautiful. But yeah, what a comeback game for Eggplant and a mental reset. That's what we're all about here.
Vi is also unstoppable in her ultimate.
True. I guess
You
the
kind of
sniping and
die.
unstoppableness. I don't know. I guess that kind of worked in the favor of Eggplant, but it's anyone's game in this third upcoming one, and we're gonna take a short break. But once we're back, we're gonna have another exciting best of three game. It is third game between Eggplant and Snipa Gang. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 3 of this exciting series between Eggplant and Snipa Gang. It's 1-1, with Eggplant winning the second game. Now we're on to the third, and draft is about to start shortly. Are you excited? This is an exciting series so far. What do you say, Primus?
Well, I had predicted. I think this is going to be a banger. I'm pretty sure I even said this is going to be a 2-1 no matter what, just because.
That's true.
These
did
are top
say
three
that.
teams. These are top three teams. We've got tied for first place, and then third place, Eggplant. So I mean, it's gonna be a banger no matter what. Both actually very one-sided games. One-sided for Snipa in the first game, very one-sided for Eggplant in the second game. I think first game was really just kind of a skill difference. Snipa got everything they wanted in a lot of their fights, whereas honestly, I think they just got out-drafted second game. Because what's Twitch Viego gonna do against Vi, Malphite, Morgana? The stacking CC. If they do that again, insta win.
That is aesthetically pleasing to see, right? Like the stacking of the bindings and the Malphite. Right. It was too nutty. But yeah, it is. And Grand Theft Audio, thank you for pointing that out, but it has been quite a while since we've seen a 1-1 on stream. Normally we don't see these types of series on stream, so it's very exciting to see. And we're still getting ready for draft a little bit here, but I want to poke your brain at this third game. What needs to change for both of these teams in order to successfully draft a better comp? Because that seems what is happening. First game, I think Snipa Gang kind of out-drafted a little bit. Even though I said it was kind of even, I think Snipa Gang had a little bit more agency in what they were trying to do with their comp, which is why they netted that win. Because, Eggplant didn't have any CC to stop the jinx, stop the carries from happening and doing their thing, even though they had a lead in the beginning of the game. So, and then the next game, it's like the complete opposite. Eggplant have so much CC. And, now that this game 3, what is to come here?
I think Snipa, I think they should have been more reactive to the picks from Eggplant during the draft. Okay. I think they could have probably maybe seen a lot more CC coming from the side of Eggplant. They showed the Morgana vibe pretty early, and that's already going to be kind of tough for, what they wanted to do. They wanted to basically have an enchanter carry comp where you basically boost up the Twitch and Viego mid to late game, and then you just let them wreak havoc. But you can't really do that when they're stunned, knocked up, smashed, beat to the ground. They can't do damage, and especially when they kept getting caught out, which I think that they really need to watch out for. Is they were ahead pretty early the first game, so they were able to be very proactive and make the plays that they wanted to do, but they weren't very reactive the second game. They were kind of playing like a chicken with their head cut off the second game because they didn't know what to do when they were behind. So I think they really need to learn how to play behind, learn how to pull back and not be too aggressive. Don't, especially watch the Fog of War and kind of predict where the members of Eggplant are. When you've got a roaming Malphite, a roaming Vi, and several long-range ultimates, you got to be very cognizant of the possibility of that. You might have a good trade, but that trade could immediately get reversed with all these long-range ultimates from Eggplant. So,
and that is kind of exactly what happened, right? And it sucks because poor Hyud, he 9 deaths I think, and
10,
still getting 10 deaths, still getting blown up over and over and over again from mispositioning, not being cognizant of that. So not much change here in the ban so far, though. Eggplant opting to actually tech out the Aurelia early on. Seeing as it might be instead of the Riven, and Snipa Gang actually pick up the Jinx, so they didn't actually show the Riven yet, which may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing. I think that CK Flow is definitely good on Riven, But I think Eggplant Laser Snipe might be able to just play a ranged champion, be safe, learn from his mistakes in the first game on the Corki versus that melee matchup from Irelia. So we'll see. They
I
are
think
going
they
to pick
should
up
pick the
Ezreal.
Morgana here. Okay, so they pick the Jarvan, but
Okay.
I really think they should pick up the Morgana. Don't let it go over to Eggplant this game,
Okay.
because I don't think they want. Because I mean, Mustard can play something else, but I don't think they want to give the same. If they play against the same team comp, it's probably going to be a similar outcome. I really liked the team comp from Eggplant last game. If they get the same team, it's going to be very hard for them to do anything about it. Obviously, it's a Jinx instead of a
Oh
Twitch, but
no. They could
Thresh.
pick the Morgana here and just counter the. I think counter the Thresh because if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, like Morgana does a number on Thresh's engage. Like he, the Black Shield is just gonna negate the, if perfectly timed, it's gonna negate the hook or at least stop him from getting CC'd. So I
yeah,
mean,
and
they might
also
look to
Jinx
pick that up.
Morgana. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
I don't agree with the Thresh pick
Ooh,
because I mean Jinx Morgana is also really fun. Like if you land
that's
a
true.
binding on the Morgana, you can just
You
immediately
stack the
throw it on the
traps.
chompers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting
So I mean,
choices here so far.
Thresh pick's not bad per se. Like I mean, it's not but I think in terms of drafting, like they knew that they just seen the Ezra Morgana. Obviously,
Yeah.
they're gonna pick it again. So like, why would you pick the Thresh into assuming a Morgana pick? So like they probably should have expected that. Which any
Yeah.
ban this time.
But I think the good thing about Sniper Gang is they do pack a lot of engage right now, and I think that having that engage and maybe stacking on it a little bit more might just negate the Black Shield, right? If you have so many
Right.
people trying to get onto Ezreal, trying to get onto Vi, maybe even like a tank, just to be like, okay, your binding means nothing to me because I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna sustain through it and not take any damage. Late game tanks just do their thing. They
Yeah.
might have a game plan for this.
They took out the Malphites. I mean, there's at least that. It's not
Okay.
gonna be the
Yeah,
exact
well,
same comp from
it's
Eggplant,
not exact, but
I mean, we could see something. I mean, even like a Shin right now, because I mean, or Scion.
ooh, okay.
I figured they'd pick another beefy top laner. I think the Shin would have been fun just because, you have that long range ultimate with Malphite, but when you have a global ultimate like Shin, would have also been really fun to put
That's true.
on this Edger Morgana, especially with Yoda, being super aggressive on this Vi. I
Yeah.
think Shin is actually
Ooh.
becoming more of a big carry for games right now because instead of having to wait for that 14-minute teleport, you have the Shinnle at level 6, so you can actually have those 4 versus 3 or 3 versus 2 bot lane fights earlier, and
Right.
the opposing top laner can't do anything about it. So I think I would have preferred the Shin for Eggplant, or either team
Okay.
actually. I think the Shin is a huge pick right now, but just gonna be a wet noodle fight in the top lane with Mundo versus Scion.
Yeah. Classic
Rise is gonna
tank
be mid this
matchup.
time. Rise is gonna be
Okay.
mid this time, not top
The
lane. So it's gonna be
Syndra. I really
Ooh.
like this. I really like this from the side of Eggplant. Because now, I mean, it's the same thing. Pick potential, right? That's what they're
Right.
going for. And you
Mhm.
you kind of have a good team comp, at least a little bit better than the last one for the side of Sniper Gang, because now you have like a lot of engage, you have a lot of people to soak up the bindings and things like that. But it's really going to depend on the early game, just like last game for Eggplant. Yoda was
Right.
so around the map and so affecting
was
his
there.
team. He
was
was
present.
everywhere. He was present. And
Yeah.
if the game wants to go in Eggplant's favor, I think they have to do that again. Sniper Gang, they just have to wait till late game because Rise will come online and Jinx will come online, right? So
Right.
it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a banger once again. You think?
Well,
Oh
both
man,
AD carries and mids come pretty. It's a very similar. Like I mean, honestly, I think this is like the first game where the comps are kind of similar.
yeah,
You've got these scaling AD carries. Now we've kind of got the support's probably where it's a little different. Thresh is more of an engage, or Morgana, unless she lands an early binding, is more, I guess, like reactive. But then you've
Mhm.
got gap closer junglers that just want to lock down someone, beefy top
Right.
laners that just want to smack you around, and then these scaling mid laners, which, I mean, Syndra does have the range advantage, which we have to remember for this laning phase for sure.
Yeah.
I would honestly, I like Eggplant's comp more, just because, especially laning phase, I think Ezreal Morgana is going to beat the Jinx Thresh. Because they're going to be playing a reactive. Like, I mean, Ezreal's just going to they're just going to try and poke you down, whereas Thresh is going to have to force a good hook. You can't force a good hook when you have Black Shield. So,
right.
Laning phase is probably going to go towards the bot lane, because, I mean, let's see, they're on red side, so I think, yeah, like, not too much that J4 can do for this lane, especially, especially if, because we saw that Viego tried to gank them, and then, they still got the kills because Twitch, has unlimited range when he does spray and pray. But we're gonna stop the Viego gank. He dashed in and then just got immediately binded and was like, all right, what do I do now? So we could see that again with the J4 if he's not able to get the knockup onto Ezreal.
Right.
So I think bot lane's definitely going to favor Eggplant. Mid lane, also probably going to the favor of Eggplant, just for at least laning phase. Syndra, really good in lane, has the range advantage onto Rise, able to have more burst early game, and then obviously the wet needle fight top. So I think this laning phase is definitely going to go towards Eggplant, and I also like their team fight a little bit more.
I definitely agree, and thanks to Mirage Alliance for the raiding party. Welcome, Raiders. You're in for an exciting treat of Game 3 of the series between Team Eggplant and Team Snipa Gang. Thank you for Nomology for the sub. What's up? It's a banger, and you're just in time for the start of this next one. And I want to point something out to you, Primus.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, what's up?
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say that CK Flow is piloting the Dr. Mundo, so we might see a lane swap, which is totally allowed. Now,
it is.
I'm wondering if Ninetales is going to combat the Mundo still, because if they do lane swap, which means that CK Flow will go top and then Weep will go mid, they could respond to that, but it's going to be very hard, I think, for Ninetales to combat the Rise in this case. And I think it's a little bit easier for Syndra to combat the Mundo because of the range advantage, the constant poke. I just don't know how that's going to work out here. We'll see.
Right. I mean, Weep
go ahead.
Remind me of the first game. He played Rise into... Was it the Mundo?
Rise into... it was Rise into Mundo, I think. So...
Yeah, and Weep actually did pretty well into that. He did play the tank matchup with the Rise the last time and did pretty well. So, if he does stay top, just hypothetically, if he stays top, he will do well. Could see the lane swap, obviously. But, no, I was just going to say, since that's the second raiding party, I'm going to go ahead and gift a sub for all these new people.
Thank you, Primus.
If it goes to the raiding party, I was going to give 5 subs if I predicted the 2-0. I didn't because caster curse. But
yeah, you caster cursed it yourself.
Yeah, so that's going to...
All right, Laser gets it. Okay.
Okay. In the game. Okay, well...
Wow, you're actually just PayPaling them to lose right now.
No, I'm sending the sub so that they win,
Gotcha.
I did vote for Eggplant. I really like their comp this time around. So I did vote for them, so I guess my sub's going to them anyways. So...
Gotcha. Okay.
Just because I'm just playing right now, I'm gonna gift one more. So it's just an actual.
Oh, Normology gifted a sub to Cheeky. Let's go, the sub train. Woo! All right, Primus. Giving it to y'all are giving it to these players, bro.
I'm done.
Nice. Oh my gosh, Cheeky! Giving the subs. Thank you so much. Diagon's, Cloudstripe, Volps, another player on Eggplant, Heideka, and Gruda. I think all of those are players. So we're just hyping up the players. That's what we do here at Gap. And
Okay,
yeah,
now it's
that's
gonna
gonna.
be really bad if Eggplant loses because I just gave them 2 subs and my gap points.
You're
So
yeah,
if
you'd
they
be
don't win this, they're dead to me. They're 100% dead
dead
to
to you.
me.
Oh no,
We're not
not like
friends
this.
anymore.
I need a
Unfriend
not
me
like
on
this.
League.
No, no. Yes.
Not like this.
It's gonna be
Uh,
okay. Oh
yeah, which
man.
we
All
haven't
right.
talked about yet. Mustard Cat is a caster, so we
Yeah,
do want
Monster
her to
Cat.
win as well.
That's
The
true.
caster,
We
caster
got
gang.
a little bit of bias here, but that's okay. I think
Yeah.
Sniper Gang is a strong team. But to see the outcome of this game, we'll be right back. And stick in your seats. This is gonna be a banger because their games are always bangers, right? Be right back.
Always shenanigans.
We're out.
Am I breaking through? Will you feel me too? I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Will you feel me too? I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Will you feel me too? I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Am I breaking through? Am I breaking through? Am I breaking through? Am I breaking through?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a game 3 on our hands between Eggplant and Snipa Gang, and it looks like the Bush Cheese is coming through for
Level 1
Eggplant.
shenanigans.
The level 1 shenanigans. We haven't seen this thus far. Mustard Cat is on the prowl with the binding available, probably. Dior, are you paying attention, buddy? No, he's not paying attention! No! And first blood over to Mustard Cat. Wow.
She
Dior.
landed the binding, so she's like, I'm taking this. I earned this. This is my first blood.
Oh, man.
Was he
Dior.
window shopping? Was he
I
alt tab?
don't know. There was nothing to window shop.
Shopping on Amazon. He's on Amazon. You know,
On Amazon.
getting that
Oh,
prime
man.
prime package.
Wait,
Ooh.
Rip Perp
was
is in Red Side's jungle here. That's
gonna try and steal the
interesting.
buff by himself.
Trying to steal the buff.
Question mark.
He
And,
might
okay,
get away
so-
with it.
We had talked about this before, you know, while we were on break. It was a possible lane swap, but when we looked at the summoners and the runes as well, CK was Spellbook and Ghost, so he's not taking the
man.
teleport.
Okay.
So we were kind of expecting not the lane swap. So Rise is gonna stay top. Weep did pretty good into the Mundo the first game, so he's, you know, he can still lane pretty well into tanks, and CK is, I guess, just gonna survive on the Mundo, and I'm assuming gonna try and roam. Mundo can be kind of nutty on the roam. He doesn't need a lot of creeps or items to be useful. You know, because he can just kind of cancel CC and just kind of go in.
Okay, Laser Snipe actually getting ganked there from Rip Perp, but Rip Perp took a couple of tower shots there. Nothing
Perp
to
is
come
gonna
about
try
it.
and take his own red though, so he
Yeah.
already got Yoda's red, and he's gonna go and try and take his own.
Right.
It is warded, so that Yoda is gonna see the Jarvan's. Ooh, actually, I don't know if he saw them on the ward though, because he didn't
I
go
mean-
to red. He went to Raptors, but they're assuming that he's going that way.
Right, because I mean, where Jarvan walked from, like as Laser, you're like, oh my gosh, he just took your jungle. So there's, you know, as we see now, Yoda's gonna go over there and see nothing. Just sad to see. But yeah.
So I guess it's gonna be 2 blues for Yoda and 2 reds for Perp. Looks like it.
It's a little bit of an interesting. Nice black shield there coming out from Mustard Cat to secure his ADC. Doesn't get killed there. Rip Perp once again here in the mid lane. Did not pop
CS
lasers.
difference though.
Yeah. Did not pop lasers flash. Flash might come through. There it is. No kill.
Honestly, like looking in this lane, I did not think that Mundo would just smash the Syndra like he is right now. 23 to 9 CS at the moment, forcing the flash
Yeah.
as well, with only burning the ghost. So Mundo still has flash. Laser, I mean, has the TP, so he's probably just gonna TP back in the lane. You know, he doesn't want to lose this big wave that, you know, is in the mid lane, but. Yeah, so he can just get his free back. You know, he shoved the lane to tower. He's up 20 CS, so he can just get a free back. And all Laser got was the tier, so
Right.
Mundo just gonna get more tanky and be more annoying.
That is true. I mean, Mundo is pretty good when it comes to negating magic damage, as that passive does stop a spell from occurring. Oh, wow. Hyun actually hit a minion there in that trade. If that would have connected, that would have been pretty deadly for Mustard Cat there. But on the opposite side of the map here, we got Weep taking quite a bit of damage, being a little bit behind Ninetales is on the CS, but still doing a great job pressuring Weep and using all of his mana up there to secure CS and what have you. This is a little bit of a different, you know, gameplay that we're seeing from both sides.
Yeah, I mean, Rise without mana, not too fun. He's getting shoved in tower. He's trying to recall, but Sion's not letting him. I'm assuming Rip Perp's gonna try and hold this lane for him. He's kind of waiting the wings to see. I guess he's trying to maybe see if Sion, tower dive. Which, I mean, with Sion passive, you might take the trade, just kill for kill.
Okay,
so
Yoda's here though, helping out. Laser sniped as the knockback does not connect. CK Flow still has flash available, will flash away. Yoda could chase this with another Q. Flash Q! First blood, maybe? The Q from Laser Snipe does miss. They just need one more. There it is. And that is, well, not the first blood, but the second blood going on over to Laser Snipe. His
One of the
first
bloods.
kill of the game.
Say blood.
Yeah.
Blood is being spilled.
Blood is being spilt all around the map. Dior being very low here. Not sure what happened there. Directed camera did not allow us to see that. It is going to be a Hextech Drake for the first dragon of this series.
I love Hextech Soul. They're so much fun with all
yeah.
the portals.
We
Not
won't
gonna
be
see this
able to
game,
get
though.
it. Yeah. Oh well.
Do you miss Kim Tech? The Kim
I
dragon?
honestly I do not. I hate keeping track of more objectives to be worried about. You know, they needed to work on that a little bit more before releasing it. I think. Just a little.
Yeah, the zombies are a little broken.
Little broken.
Ninetales.
See, Ninetales, he is still behind in CS, but is doing a lot of damage to Leap, who's just kind of farming. And I think that's what you kind of want to do as Ninetales instead of be the aggressor, because, I mean, look at that chunk of health that Leap is doing to him. It's going to kind of change the tides as soon as Weep gets more and more mana.
Yeah,
I think you
it's
definitely
just
want
so
to try
easy for him to farm though. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
when you're Ryze in a range versus melee matchup, he can kind of just do what he wants and just farm as much as he can. Oh, the root.
Uh-oh. Nope, Theater is going to flash out of there, but Mustard is caught in the middle. The biting does land. Dior is rooted for quite some time. Hyun tried to get them
Ice coming
on
in
the
though. Yoda's.
tower.
Oh,
Yoda's there, but I don't
Just
think
in
they're...
case.
Yeah, just in case. Just in case any Jarvan shenanigans comes through. And I think Yoda, you know, is doing a great job covering his bases, making sure that each of the lanes are not being too oppressed by this Jarvan. But Rip Perp is setting up in the middle here. Could be very dangerous for Laser Snipe. The flash does come through. Laser Snipe is able to ult, but it's not enough. CK Flow does pop the regen. And oh, Hyun actually tries to get the ADC there, Viator, but is not able to. And Rip Perp does get a tower shot onto him. Mustard Cat here to maybe stir some things up. Okay, the Q and the Ghost does come through for CK Flow, and that's going to be a trade kill onto Yoda. Mustard Cat is the next to fall. CK Flow picking up a kill here. That is huge for the side of Snipa Gang here.
Yeah, I mean, Mustard missed the Q, and then
Yeah.
really good answer by CK Flow. Just, I'm just gonna ghost and run at you. You know, it's probably like what, like a 9-second cooldown for the Morgana binding. So not gonna have that to really do anything against something. So you're just gonna go in. You're just gonna fight, and I'm surprised by how much damage the Mundo does. It always surprised me. You know, everyone thinks of Mundo as this big like tank and like he's just a big beefy boy, but those cleavers hurt. Like, I mean, he literally cleaved Mustard, you know.
Yeah, literally cleaved her. Yep.
Not much he can do, and he's 15 CS up, you know, 1, 1, and 2. Only gonna get more annoying, and then also 100% kill participation from Rip Perp on the Jarvan. Kind of what Yoda did last game, and just being this oppressive jungler just in every lane. It's now once again flipped in the favor of Snipa Gang.
Yeah, just by a little bit. They are looking to take up this Rift Herald, and Leap is going to back. Mustard Cat is here in the mid lane to help support Laser Snipe. But will it mount at anything? Can they do anything against CK Flow, who, like you said, has opted to take the Spellbook. Has not used any other summoners just yet. And yeah, that Rift Herald is definitely going to be Eggplants for the taking. Jarvan not there to kind of follow up on that.
I was gonna say CK Flow might try and, like, you know, they got the rift, but like, I want to make sure you can't recall. But
so if you're Eggplant here, where do you use this rift? So who do you think is going to be the best people to give the gold over to?
It's really tough because all 3 of their lanes are pushed in, so there's not really like a clear lane. Because if let's say like 2 of their lanes were getting pushed in, but 1 was pushing
might
in
be
their
a
favor,
top lane here.
I was gonna say if they get a kill on Weave.
Yoda does make sure that. Oh no! We've tried to get away, but Yoda's gonna pick that one up. I almost thought it was a good flash, right? But unfortunately, Yoda was there to kind of pick that one up, and he was expecting it. You saw the reaction. The Jinx Rocket not going to connect.
Yeah,
If that
I mean,
would have connected, yeah.
if Rip had been bot side, then yeah, they could have dropped the, they got the kill top, they could have dropped Rip there, but Rip was there, they're both low, so they can't drop the Rip there. Ezreal and Morgana getting pushed in. CK Flow is literally being so
That's right.
oppressive on this Syndra, which is so
Oh no,
unfortunate.
laser snipe. Well, they are gonna spot Rip out. Yoda is there to contest him. Fighting is going on. Yoda doesn't have anything really available. The Cataclysm is gonna come through. Laser snipe is gonna make sure that Rip doesn't get any more out of that. That means the stun is down. It has to flash away. Just to secure those
I
chickens.
honestly really like the Mundo into the Syndra, because the Scatter the Weak on Syndra, you have to use it twice, because
Yeah.
Mundo has his passive. So you can't just blow your combo and stun him and hope for the best.
And it looks like
You
Rip
have
Purple
to
is
hit
gonna
him twice.
try to get some damage onto Ninetales. Not guessing where he's going. Yoda's here. Okay, Ninetales just... Okay, the flash from CK Flow picks up the kill. Meanwhile, Viator is in a 1v2 situation down here. And yeah, they're
Dissonance
just
missed,
getting...
so he lives.
Oh my god.
But yeah, this is really oppressive from Snipa Gang.
It really is. And it's only gonna
They're-
get worse, I feel.
Yeah, because they're 2.5k up. And I'd say like these comps, like they probably scale pretty similar. I mean,
Oh no,
I'd
laser
say-
sniped.
Oh,
He is getting
laser
ganked
snipe.
right under his turret. The binding does connect though. Mustard Cat putting out a great deal of damage. CK Flow taking a couple of tower shots. CK Flow, oh, so close. The binding does land again. Oh, the auto attack goes through from laser snipe. The flash from Rip is gonna take out laser sniped, and Rip gets away. Wow.
Mid lane trade.
Mid lane trade.
CK Flow getting
Wait,
really,
Yoda?
really greedy.
Oh, the ultimate comes through. The cease and desist is gonna follow him. The shutdown goes over to Yoda. Meanwhile, Ninetales up at the top side of the map, doing a great amount of damage onto Weep. And Weep misses, gets the phase rush, but is gonna run right into Yoda here, and the kill goes over to Ninetales. He said,
No
Yoda,
assist
you're not
for
needed.
the buy.
Yeah, no assist. You're not
This is-
needed. Get out of here. No, but I do think the Rift Tail will be the consolation prize here. Finally be dropped to the top side. Viator doing a great job here.
I forgot they had lift. Because we talked about it. They haven't been able to use it. They're in, all their lanes have been shoved. Oh, Dior.
Rocket? Not available yet. Could have been a rocket angle right there. He had it.
Could have been.
Dior, not gonna find it.
Yeah, they're able to use the Rift Roll though for Eggplant.
Yeah,
Really good
they
for
are
them.
They're using it on the plates, which is a good thing. Laser Snipe
quick
still
turnaround.
getting oppressed here. Laser Snipe is getting chunked under tower. Oh no. Doesn't have Scatter the Weak, or maybe just used it earlier.
It's Mundo. You can use it because he has passive. Once you use the Scar of the Week, you can't use it again because he's just gonna pick up the passive again.
Yeah,
And-
he is under a lot of... doesn't have a lot of health, but does have the ultimate to keep himself sustained there in case anything happens. Mountain Drake is started up by Rip Perp, and
I
there's
don't think
nobody
Yoda
on the
can
side
get
of
here in
Egg.
time.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nobody there. So that's gonna be a pretty much free dragon, and we get an Ocean Soul. You'll love to see it.
Ooh.
That's gonna be kind of spicy here. Weep doing a maybe. Yep, gonna get away.
He's just gonna dip. He's gonna like,
He's
no,
gonna dip.
not
Nah,
my cup of
not
tea.
today.
I'm 0-2. I'm up. He's up 40 CS, so I mean he's doing the
mean,
best that Rice can. Even if he's 0-2,
exactly.
just farm. Like I mean,
Right.
what's Sion gonna do?
Yep.
Ooh,
Not
nice
gonna do.
Destiny.
Black Shield is not in time. The box does come through. Gator is ignited. Dior, Gale Force is in. Rockets mustard to the face. Wait, Dior could be in a lot of trouble. The flash hook does miss, and that's a kill on the Viator. Can he get the snipe? No, it misses, and Dior gets away. But meanwhile, again, Rip Perp on the gank here in the middle lane. It's so rough, but he does get the trade kill. And CK Flow is now under pressure. The ultimate cease and desist does connect, but it's onto the spell shield, and Yoda has to actually back away. CK no flash to follow up.
Yeah, I do want to commend Mustard Cat for that fight.
Wait, CK taking tower shots?
Oh.
Or no?
Oh, he's fine. he's Mundo. Mustard Cat landed every one of her bindings in that fight, and not even on the Thresh, because you don't. I mean, landing the bindings on the Thresh isn't really that important, because he's just gonna. He just wants to hook, but she landed all the bindings on the Jinx, so Dior wasn't able to do anything. You know.
Yeah.
He landed the death sentences when he needed to, but the thing is, Dior couldn't follow up with the damage because he was binded, so he couldn't even capitalize on it.
All right, looks like another engage here from Dior and Hyun. They are looking at Mustard this time around. Can they find her, though? The binding is going to get flashed on. The death sentence does connect this time. Hyun taking a tower shot, but laser sniped is here. Can he pick up the kill on a Hyun? No, he can't. He doesn't hit the Scatter the Weak. Meanwhile, in the side of Rift Herald, Rip Perp getting really low, gonna fall. Ninetales as well. Weep is last one here. Ryzen has to flash away. And this Rift Herald looks like it's gonna be Yoda's for the time taking.
It might not be, though.
Have a little. No! CK Flow's here. He's gonna stop Yoda from doing anything. Weep does disrupt the dash, the Volt Breaker, I think it's called, away. And Dior is in a 1v1 with Viator. They're gonna trade kill. So much stuff happening around the map. Oh my gosh.
This
Holy
poor
moly. This
breaking
poor
its neck,
camera.
trying to
Honestly.
go top mid, or top bot, top bot, top bot.
So many things happening at the same time, and I mean, it's only getting more and more the favor of Snipa Gang right now. Oh man. Whew!
I'm honestly speechless right now. I don't even know what to say. There's so much to analyze. I can't do it. I give up. there's too much going on. I mean, CK Flow is just kind of being a Chad in the mid lane right now. Might as well be a set, just doing sit-ups while the enemy team is just dying. Because I mean, when you think about Syndra, you think about Control Mage just being lane dominant, and
I'm gonna have to kind
Syndra's
of cut
not
you
able
off
to do that.
here, as Ninetales finds himself kind of cornered by both. Oh, we gotta go to mid lane. Wait, okay, Ninetales is kind of doing the moves here. Wait, is he gonna? Oh no. Oh
He
no, he's
could,
gonna get rooted.
maybe?
He could. Nope, the
Nope.
Cataclysm is gonna come through, and Rip Perp is gonna take up that one. Ninetales gonna do what he can in his passive. It's not gonna be enough though. And I mean, no tower has fallen yet, but it looks like Viator's gonna pick up this tower.
Yeah, so
Or
both,
actually,
both
that's
bot
the
towers
second
were
tower.
down.
Yeah, both bot
But
towers
Dior
are
might
down.
die for it.
Dior is gonna definitely die for it. Viator's gonna pick that one up, assisted by Mustard and Yoda here as they control the entire bottom side of the map right now.
Yeah, it's not completely lost for Eggplant. You know, they still have his bot side. Viator's still really strong in the Ezreal. He's 3-1-1. Gonna finish. He's probably gonna finish his Mythic and his Mermon at the same time, which I think we need to watch for, especially once we get to these next few fights. Once he finishes, you know, once he has that big power spike, it's gonna be a lot different. He's gonna be able to burst down the Jarvan and the Jinx. Not so much the Mundo, obviously. CK Flow is gonna keep doing as he pleases, you know, because Mundo. But if they're able to kill either the Jarvan or the Jinx,
Looking at a dragon fight here.
I think Eggplant can maybe do something. You know, this.
Hopefully, this is their one chance kind of to do it, and Rip Herp is just gonna get blown up at the start of the fight. CK Flow and Weep are gonna get stunned from Syndra, but is that enough? No, shutdown goes over to Yoda, and Jinx is gonna get ceased and desisted, and Hyun follows up right after. Ninetales in his passive is gonna take that one out, and that is a Ocean Dragon over to the side of Eggplant.
Yeah, I think Rip bit a lot more than he can chew. Pretty much did like 4v1, and they are able to just like keep the rest of the team away while they killed him. And then, you know, they were in that chokehold where they really couldn't get to Viator or Laser Snipe, so they kind of just sat there and ate damage. You know, Ninetales did really well at, you know, covering for the team, that they're just able to win the front to back. And, you know, CK Flow lasted super long. You know, took a lot to kill him. I'm sure they used a lot of damage, but he just wasn't able to stay alive long enough for Dior or Weep to do anything. So, I mean, Vader just pretty much just mashed his keyboard with WQ over and over again, and just, you know, he just had free reign because they just lined up for all of his skill shots. And there's not really much that Snipa Gang could do. That was now it's a 2K gold difference. It was, I think, 4 or 5K. They got the dragon. They still have turret gold. So I always like to look at, okay, so this gold lead, they're at 2K. But the thing is, if it swings more towards, a couple fights in the favor of Eggplant, they can kill those towers pretty easily. Top tower is pretty low. They can take mid pretty easily. And that's that gold reserve that is up that they can, get pretty quickly if they were to win a fight. If CK Flow doesn't smash the crap out of Yoda.
Alright, well, looks like CK Flow and Rip are gonna try to take control over the bottom half of the map here, and looks like Laser Snipe is going to TP over and help protect his tower. Rip Perp is going in the middle of them again. Same with CK. And they're going to take out Laser Snipe right as Laser got in there. Ninetales a little bit late on the TP there, bud. Almost not enough there to save his teammate. He's going to get the death sentence thrown at him. And the huge 3-man ultimate coming out from Ninetales is not going to actually do much as Dior picks up Mustard Cat here. Double kill over on Dior. Ninetales looking for the kill on Rip Perp, is going to trade back. Can he get Yoon? No, he cannot.
Yeah, that would have been really good, but Rip Perp got a 3-man knockup with the Jarvan flag, and I think that really is what changed the fight.
The Hex Flash. Oh, Yoda.
No, Yoda's caught out now.
Yep, Yoda's caught out now. That is going to be one kill going over the Weep. I don't think that was... Oh, the Weep! Hater with the snipe! Wow, with the Q snipe.
Snipa Gang be sniping.
Snipa Gang.
It is not over for Eggplant. They still have a lot of resources at their disposal. They need another chokehold where they can kind of keep, the side of Eggplant needs to keep Snipa at bay. They need to really get these really good Morgana bindings onto Rip, because Rip is kind of, if he stays alive, he's just gonna knock up and hold down the enemy side. Whereas we saw in that drag fight when he died very early because there wasn't really any follow-up, that's when Eggplant wins. If Rip has the follow-up, then they're just gonna win the fight every time. They really need to let Rip engage and then isolate him and keep him off. So they need Ninetales to keep the rest of the team off of Eggplant, to keep them off the rest of their team and have them isolate Rip, because he's gonna jump in with the Jarvan every time, as we saw.
Yeah. And I mean, looking at the damage that Theater is doing right now, holy moly. Taking out a little bit of CK Flow's health, but every Q counts in this matchup. Oh, he arcade shifts forward. Is that the mistake here? As you said, the binding does come through onto Rip.
Black Shield and binding saves him. Mustard Cat
saves him. Mustard Cat's doing a wonderful job on the Morgana right now, saving Viators, but he knows he wants to go in, but he has to have a Mustard Cat. But looks like Snipa Gang is going to start Baron right up. They know that's happening too, and there's half health bars on the side of Snipa Gang. Can they do it in time? That's the 3-man stun. The steal has to come through now if it's going to do it. No, it's not stolen. But Ninetales and Yoda are in the thick of things. Oh no. Everybody's getting collapsed on here as Rip Perp goes onto Viator on the backside. And that's just a cleanup fight. A team gap ace comes through for Snipa Gang. And I don't know what happened that fight. Everybody just got into a mosh pit in the middle of Baron right after it was taken. And
yeah, they're going to take mid tower, and they're going to take Dragon too, so they're going to be on soul point as well from this. They might even take Inhibitor. There's still 10 to 20 seconds left on the rest of Eggplant.
Yeah, and a very tanky CK Flow to help that kind of come through here. Yep, that's going to be the Inhibitor, and onto Dragon they go. I don't know if they can actually withstand the return.
They don't have vision.
They don't have vision, but also look at the health bars. I mean, I know I just said that for the Baron fight, but whew.
Ooh,
that was so close. Steal almost coming through both times for Eggplant. I mean, this is gonna be really clutch if another steal like that comes through, because I mean, Yoda almost had it. If Yoda had gotten that steal, I feel the fight would have definitely gone over to Eggplant, even though they kind of got like collapsed on and just sat in the middle of the pit, taking a lot of AoE damage from Rise, from Jinx rockets, what have you. And no
Yeah, I think
kills
at
to
this
come of it.
point, CK Flow is just so, so big that they really can't do anything. Like Sauron, yes, is a tanky champion, but Mundo, like CK has been mid all game and has been roaming and doing a lot. Like now they're having a wet noodle fight top lane, but okay. So if you look at the two tanks on each side, so we got Mundo and Sion. Mundo has 3 completed tank items. Sion has 1. So which frontline is gonna win? Plus we have a Jinx who excels in a front to back comp. She can just use her rockets and just sit in the back and just doesn't matter.
That's true. And looks like Rip Herp is in a bit of trouble here. Has to flash out. It's actually going to cataclysm in, but gets killed. And looks like the same thing is going to happen to Hyun soon here, as no one is there to back him up. Yoda's the only one there, but looks like the rest of the team, the Snipa gang, is going to come from the Realm Warp, and Dior is going to pick up that kill. Yoda is going to pick up Hyun, but the base is in trouble here. Viator's in trouble here. The red buff will slow Viator down, and oh, that was so close to being a kill there. Can Eggplant survive a little bit more? They are trying to kill CK Flow, but it's just so hard. The regen coming through. Oh no, Yoda flashes out. Dior is getting really low on health here. No mana as well. The auto attack from Viator will finish him off though with the arcane shift combo pairing. And CK Flow negates another stun from Syndra, as this is just chaos right now.
Yeah, they do take 2 inhibs. So they came and got what they wanted. CK Flow just doesn't care. He's just running around the base, and Mustard Cat's gonna, show up, but he's like, I'm gonna take this wave.
It's true.
Don't worry about it.
And oh man, I want to take a look at the items real quick, because I don't know how you feel about this, but the Leandria's on Syndra seems a little, obviously you want to damage the tanks as much as possible, but I feel like Syndra's job this game is to just blow up Jinx, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because there's so... Even if you kill the Jinx, you still have to worry about Rise, who is not... I mean, he's got a Frozen Heart, which, I mean, is not... He doesn't have MR, but he's still got a good amount of health from the Seraphs and the Morel and Omicron, and his Everfrost.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can just blow up the Rise. And
It's true.
as we've seen the entire game, Laser Sight's been getting smacked around by the Mundo, who is almost completed his 4th item. He's pretty close. Maybe a Gargoyles. I can't really tell what he's getting, but basically just gonna not die. It's like, yes, you can try and kill the Jinx, but I don't think Laser Sight has an avenue to do so, because Syndra, yes, the Scout of the Week, you have like kind of an extended range, but the rest of her kit, the Q and the ult, it's not long range. You can't just use that without getting close to the Jinx. And to get
Okay,
close to the
Yoda
Jinx,
is actually going in on the Jinx. Meanwhile, the rest of the team is not there, and Yoda is just gonna get annihilated. So will Laser, and Dior is still alive on such low health. Rip Herp is gonna go onto Mustard Cat, but Rip Herp is gonna fall. Wait a minute, there's someone ending the game. CK Flow, and we see. Oh no, the Expecke that they needed is gonna come through. Sure, Hyun will get fall. And CK Flow is going to finish the job. It looks like it's kind of over. And wow, what a game! Primus, are you kidding me?
What?
Wow! They did not expect this. They did not expect it.
End?
Wow.
Did they all hop in the Rise ult and just end the game?
Yeah.
That's more than... That was a super Expecke. Like, that was...
That was a clean Expecke. They let the top side of the map have the fight, and then gave it to CK Flow.
In that fight. It looked so good for them.
It looked different than what it was, for sure. Wow.
Okay, I guess we so predictions are done.
Yeah, I'm gonna start the MVP vote.
I'm 1 for 2.
I think I have to give it to No, I think I'm gonna have to give it to Rip Perp probably. I think even though he didn't do such a good job in the first game, I think he came back in
Mhm.
the first game that he lost. He came back in the second game, that they won, and
Right.
good mental reset from that devastating Vi game. I mean, he just played against it, and then to
Yeah.
be able to dominate on the Jarvan, steal away the red buff at the beginning of the game, stuff like that, like
Right.
that was just incredible to see, and the mental reset I think did it for
Yeah,
him.
I
What
think
about you?
I think Rip is really good through all three games, so I would agree to give it to him for sure.
Okay.
Dio obviously, super hard carried the first game on Jinx, but was kind of I would say a non-factor the other two games, but like wasn't the shining light for their team the second two games. I think I agree. Rip Perp was pretty consistent through the whole series. CK Flow really hard carry the first and third games.
Mhm.
You never think like a carry mid Mundo. I honestly want to give it to CK just for that fucking pick. Like, yeah, I can play any champion mid lane and just win because he was winning on the Karma too against the Lux. Um,
Right.
the rest of the team wasn't doing so hot in that second game for him, so he wasn't able to do as much with it.
Mhm.
Um, I do like that CK Flow can just carry on whatever champ he's playing. I think that's awesome for him, and I think you should continue to
That
do
is
that.
true.
Because then you basically can't ban him out. They tried.
That is true.
I'm pretty sure they banned 3 of his champions like every draft, and it still didn't matter.
Every
But
draft.
yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
give it to Rip just off of consistency and just being present all 3 games.
Right.
But I definitely see how CK Flow could also earn it as well. And team captain, love to see it. But I'm gonna give it to Rip.
All right. Well, same here, and currently Rip is in the lead, I think. So by 2 over CK. So we're looking at that. I kind of, it was so close from the side of Eggplant, and
Mhm.
I yet again I lost points. So it seems like I have to vote the opposite for what I want
Did
to
you lose all
cast.
3 today?
I lost all 3 today. I just lost
Oof.
a total of like
Ooh.
thousands of points. So
The
uh,
caster curse is
the
real.
caster curse. It really is just the caster curse. But what a great series, right? Like we see these two
No, I
teams
love
go
to
at
see
it.
it. Well, we said at the very beginning, this is the top 3 in the standings.
Yeah,
Stab Game gonna keep. I think they're gonna at least for now keep their first place standing.
yeah.
Um,
So
so
they
I
didn't
mean,
2-0, so they
great
didn't
on
get
them.
3 points, but every point matters, right? And the 2-1 from Eggplant is actually gonna, if one of the other teams that's high above there, like I think, across the map, or Slate, 2-0, like just a straight 2-0, that's gonna put them up there. So it's really competitive, and I mean it could go either way. I mean Eggplant, they get a point at least, and I think that is going to put them a little bit more above the rest. Because I mean, at this point, if I don't actually have the results from the other game yet, I wonder if that one has finished yet. I'm not really sure. Looks like it did not. So, but yeah, I think that if they can keep this trend going with the top teams making 2-1s, we're gonna have a lot of game threes and a lot of spicy games that are gonna like this one, right?
Ooh, it was almost a tied MVP for a second. It was
Ah, okay.
4-4, Rip and CK, but Rip is gonna clutch it with 5 votes for him.
That is
4 votes for
true.
CK Flood, who I do agree deserved some recognition. Words, English is hard. Some recognition. So, I liked both. I think the mid jungle from them was just really nutty. I think they played
Yeah.
with each other the whole time, and it would have been either one of them. I think they both played really well. But yeah, so Rip is gonna be our MVP for the night.
All right, let me just get the good old poll over here. Let me
Call him
fix up
in,
this.
grab him
Wait,
for the interview.
one. All right, so I think he's ready. So I'm gonna drag him in here.
He better be.
Oh, wait, I pulled the wrong one. I think I pulled the wrong one. I think somebody changed their name. Oh wait, no, it is. It is the right one. Rip Perp? Is this you? You are muted, so I don't know if it. Not too sure. Hello. Oh. Oh wait, they changed. They did a switcheroo on us. They're messing with us.
It is
That's not
switcheroo.
cool. You can't do that to us. Come on. Not like this.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. But we are gonna get the right perp in here.
What are the
Hello.
perps?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Are you actually
Hey there,
Rip Perp
neighbor.
this time?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
This time.
Gotcha.
yeah. My
All
bad
right.
for the mix-up.
Well, congratulations on the win. It was definitely a well-earned one. You guys had a
Thank you,
lot
thank you.
of. You guys. I want to start off with. You guys had a lot of synergy, together in that dominating first game. Going
Right.
into the second game, though, it was what was the thought process? Like, oh, this is gonna be a clean 2-0. We just do, we change it up a little bit. We're just gonna take it easy for this one. What was the thought process going into the second game?
Well, look, our team revolves around a new thinking on League, and
Ooh.
we just want to bring a new meta into the game. And we truly
Mm.
brought that in the second game, but we couldn't really pull it off. So we had to go with the minor fix-up for game 3, but we really
Okay.
pulled out through the end. So
Yeah,
that's
I
what
mean, I
really
kind of
matters.
saw what you're doing with the second game with the Twitch Viega like enchanter matchup, but
Right.
Yeah.
so
Kind of fell apart.
honestly, so I guess like with that third game, you're in, because you're in the top three of the standings. Were you worried going in, facing Eggplant? Knowing that they're trying to take your first place spot. Like, were you worried going in? Did you, like, how much did you prep for this, and like how much did you look at? I guess like did you prep like drafts? Like you prep team comps? Like you picked in the second game. What was your prep time for this?
Bro, I'm in my chair right now, like shaking my head. We don't even think about we go into these games just sitting in our chairs like 5 minutes before draft, and my boy CK Flow, he be drafting everything for us. Dude, I'm
Ooh.
telling you, these
Okay.
last two
Okay.
weeks, I've been playing support
Okay.
for our team. I didn't even know I was playing jungle today. That's why we got our 2 bans taken away, but we pulled out anyways. Yo, bring us any team, it won't even matter. It actually just won't even matter. We're just
So
the
CK
best
is
team on the
MVP
map.
is what you're saying.
No, no, that is definitely not what I'm saying. That is definitely not what I'm saying.
So it must have been a real change for you to go into this game like, oh my gosh, I'm jungle now. But
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did
of
pretty
course.
well with CK Flow. I have to imagine that CK Flow was definitely like the shot caller for all three of those games, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so like you guys had a pretty good synergy though. I mean, you definitely shown in game three where I think you and CK Flow were just dominating laser sniped under turret over and over and over
Oh,
again. It
the
feels
Yeah.
first
so
and third
bad,
game.
huh?
Yeah, the game plan was that Mundo has, his passive where he can negate any stun or, you know, and so if Syndra has only one ability that could
Yep.
stun Mundo, then it should be a free gank every time. There was like a couple like mishaps, I guess, from my end that I could have done better, but yeah,
It
that
happens
was
to the
just
best of us. You can't
yeah.
you can't be
Yeah.
perfect, but no, I definitely like the Mundo and the Syndra. I thought that was really smart.
So yeah, that was just our
Okay,
game plan for game 3.
all
Yeah,
right. Well,
is there anyone you're
okay.
looking forward to playing next? Because obviously you just dismantled the third place team. So,
Well, we
wait,
already
who's first place? Sorry, I apologize. I forget
Across
who's
the
first
map,
place now.
I think you guys
But
faced across the map early on, right? I believe so.
yeah, we went 1-2 against them, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one I also went jungle, I think,
right.
for the first week.
Oh, okay. So it's now you're 1 for 1 on the jungle side.
Yep.
Good
Hey,
little redemption.
you can just say
Little
you're the best jungler on Snipa Gang. You have 100% win rate.
Nah,
That's
nah,
how that works, right?
50%.
most
Right,
definitely.
of course. We don't care about the 50% win rate, but
Right.
congratulations nonetheless. Do you have any shout
Yeah.
outs that you want to like to your team, to any of your fans out there? You got a lot of fans in the chat, brother. What's going on with
Ooh,
that?
fan.
Well, I don't know. This is fucking weird. Um, shout out Riley Owen. Dude, like that guy from last week when he was casting us, he was hyping us up.
Mhm.
He
Oh,
he
Ryline?
threw a yeah,
Rylaion,
yeah.
yeah.
No, no.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's about it. So thank
All
you.
right. No worries here. And I think that kind of wraps it up for us here tonight. As let me see what we have. I think we have possibly a game for Sunday that might be streamed. We'll get back to you guys on that. I think it's between Bandits in Pajamas and someone else. I don't remember who. But that is probably going to be it for this week. That was Division 2 of the PCL. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you for all the subs. You know, the raids that happened. We appreciate every single one of you. It was a banger series. I'm sure you will agree with me, Primus. That was quite the series.
That was so much fun to cast. I loved that games.
That
Those
was fun to
games so
cast.
much.
And I mean, I haven't played by play in a while, but that was hype. That was hype.
Yeah, that was hype. That was hype.
All right.
Can't
Well,
complain.
with that, we're gonna send it off. But you all have a good night. Sleep well. I mean, it's 12:22 a.m. So you better go to sleep. I know I am. Take it easy, guys.
Yep.